Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures back in negative territory for the third day in a row as pandemic fears continue to kind of haunt in the background. We saw markets fade a little bit yesterday as a result of continued spiking numbers throughout the European region specifically. France declaring a health state of emergency once again. The UK very close once again to a complete national lockdown as numbers continue to move out of control. Lots of earnings to get through this morning. Markets kind of waiting to see how earnings are going to be, it looks like, this quarter, along with any further updates out of Washington as far as possible further stimulus coming for COVID-19 relief money. We got the weekly jobless claims numbers out this morning, 898,000 versus 830,000 expected. That was the highest number since back in August. Individually, IT services firm Fastly shares sharply lower after pulling both their Q3 and full year guidance after market yesterday. We'll have a look at Fastly stock. NEO back to the upside, back in all-time high territory for NIO. Talked about the JP Morgan upgrade yesterday and more bank earnings on deck with Morgan Stanley this morning. It's Thursday, October 15th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There we go. Look at overnight numbers from the Asian region. You can see big time negativity right across the board here. Australia, the only one in positive territory. Let's go over to Europe and see how the things are shaping up. Yeah, same story here. Big time red numbers right across the board. We'll shift over to North America and see how the futures are looking. 1+% declines. Top to bottom pretty much. You can see Bitcoin, the only one there trying to hang on to positive territory. Everything else solidly lower to start, including crude oil, 3+% to the downside this morning. Gold as well, down about 0.5% on the morning. Good morning, guys. We are looking at red, a lot of red this morning. COVID numbers spiking. We have a lot of wait and see, it looks like, when it comes to earnings and also possible stimulus. Looks like it might not come until after the election.
Yeah, I mean, look, this story just keeps going back and forth with regards to the stimulus. You talked about red. As you were mentioning NEO positive again, NIO had just turned negative on the session and caught a bit of a bounce here. So this is going to be in play again today, basically flat. But you talked about all-time highs yesterday. We did make a fresh one in the pre-market here. So any break of that level is going to be definitely interesting to us. Sean just dropped in the chat there. Further news when it comes to the NFL, maybe weighing on DraftKings a little bit, which is already on the watch list. So market heading a little bit southbound, some of the tech getting dragged down. Fastly got crushed there last night, Sean, still heading to southbound territory. But NEO back positive, so that didn't last very long. Yeah, you can't, Fastly there, you report, you guide lower for their next report, and I think that's just, it's so perfectly priced out. It's like one of the most expensive stocks in the NASDAQ. So, Fastly does get hit there. We did talk about it. I liked it in the 70s before. That's where I bought it. That's where we're going to be looking for to buy it again. I don't know if we get there today, but yeah, lots of stuff. Morgan Stanley, look, the bank stocks, we talked about it the last couple of days after the JP Morgan report. It's not the right environment for stocks. We mentioned selling JP Morgan at 104. It's at 99 right now. So yeah, look, it's going to be a rough ride, I think, for the next couple of days heading into election for sure. And let's just see what does happen now. Apple pulling back as well today, guys.
It seemed like it was basically every single day throughout August and September. We were talking about the move higher on Fastly. It was day after day after day. So yeah, finally coming back to earth a little bit for Fastly today. Let's have a look at how traders here at Day Trade the World fared yesterday. The top 10 traders list here and the markets they were trading. NASDAQ in New York leading the way yesterday. 15,000+. Got to go down to number 3 here to see some European markets coming into play. $10,000. Same story. Number 4 and 5 here, mostly European. So another great day for traders here at Day Trade the World. Let's have a look at what is coming up a little bit later in the show. Brand new educational video coming your way. Top 5 habits of successful traders. We talk about having a routine in place, both pre-market and post-market. We'll detail that for you in that video coming up. Valeria is going to have the link for you in the chat coming up around 11:45. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, guys. I wish you all a very profitable day. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Yes, indeed. Let's get it started. Lots to get through this morning. If you haven't already done so, guys, sign up for the watch list. It's absolutely free. We go through it every single morning between 9 a.m. and 9:30. We talk about all the stocks that are moving in the pre-market and detail some of the news behind them, the catalysts pushing them around. The first one going to be the one we just mentioned, NIO. Let's come up with some levels here to work off of, guys. We mentioned the JP Morgan upgrade yesterday to overweight. And they also tripled their price target on the stock as well. So that pushed things into all-time high territory yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, look, we sort of talked about this before. When you get into all-time highs, you're going to start to run out of levels to work off of unless they're going to be downside. We did have both a breakout and dip buy opportunity yesterday. The last time I saw a move like this, where you had this kind of a gap and then this strong of a run in NIO, there was a buy and then a sell through when it barely broke at the pre-market high of day. So if I'm looking for that pattern today, it would be taking out this 27.50, failing at 28, and then I think it might turn into a short for the rest of the day. And that's just more profit taking than anything else. The market's also being dragged down. So on a negative day, if that's what's going to be in store for us, and it feels like that's what it is, I think there could be some profit taking in NIO. That's a setup I'll first be looking for. If it just straight goes here, I'm going to be watching also this 27 even area. If it can't even get above that off of the open, you might be able to sell off that level. All bets are off if it gets through 28. I think at that point, it's probably primed for another run.
Yeah, so I'm short DraftKings right now, a nice little 20-cent win, but we'll wait on that one. So here's, this is SPI. SPI, we're going to go long if it takes the top out, by the way, here, 14.20. Let's just wait to see what all the Robinhooders want to do with this stock. NIO, okay, here it is. Already 9 million shares. I did want to bring this to everyone's attention because you do see a big buy-in balance here, so that's good. Wow, okay, DraftKings heading pretty nicely southbound here. We're short 47.20. We'll call that up in a minute. NIO to the south side. Look, this is what I wanted to show you was the daily chart, because every single time there's been like big pops up in the stock, it's been followed by more big, like here's a big one, there's a big pop. It keeps going. One day back down, right? Here's a couple other big pops, goes. Another one goes. Another one goes again. So I just think that the second day, we still have chance to go higher here on this news, and it's not even news, and that's part of it. It's still got the upgrade from yesterday. NIO continues to march forward, and yeah, why not? I mean, you may look back a couple months from now when this thing's at 50 or 60 bucks and think this was a decent opportunity. I'd love to build a position back here, 18, 19, where the 50 period is. Right now, NIO is bumping up. As far as daily, look for it to take this level out. I got perfect, 27 even. So 27 even, we'll go long, guys. There goes SPI. So right now we're into DraftKings short. You can see where we took this one short, 47.70, and then we're into SPI long, but not many shares. We're just going to wait to see if it wants to continue to go high side there. It takes out the high of the day, and we went long. So I'm willing to give this one, all the way back here, 12.50. It's a very, very small position. You got to let this one breathe. But we're in SPI, and we're in DraftKings short, SPI long.
All right, guys, the NIO strong. Tesla weak this morning with the rest of the market down almost 2% here for Tesla. Last I checked, they cut the price of the U.S. Model S for the second time in about a week. Back below the 70,000 mark for the Model S in the U.S. Elon Musk also tweeting about a possible three-row, seven-seater Model Y coming, which was kind of interesting. So Tesla, yeah, a little bit weaker than the rest today.
I mean, he had a strong one yesterday, like a $10, $15 move-ish off of the open. Lucid dropping the gauntlet when they came out with their pricing, and Elon having some fun with that number as always. And I'm going to be looking at two levels here: 445.46. You're going to look at yesterday's pre-market low, some consolidation around that high going into yesterday's little bit of a run-up, and we're trying to hold above that level right here. So if that breaks to the downside, you're probably looking at a little bit of a sell-off here in Tesla, likely into that 440 range. So there could be a scalp trade below that 446. Other level I have written down is simply just looking at that pre-market high, and that gives you a couple of legs here. There was, on the way back up, there were pullbacks into the same price. So I think there's going to be at least a little bit of significance to it. If we do manage to hold below there, I think it's going to be an interesting sort of sell off of that level. Give yourself a smaller amount of risk in terms of the gross if you want to be trying to play a Tesla short. And if there's a breakout, that's the price that it will start. I mean, you could look at this 450, but here, right in the middle. I'm not going to be touching the 450 level. I like the peripheries on Tesla today.
Yeah, what I wrote down for Tesla today was 440. So we can have a quick look at that. It's defended that level a couple times, 440 on the daily chart. 1 million shares is definitely a nice number right now for Tesla on the morning. So we know there's interest there. There's no doubt about that. And you can't really tell because of the way these charts are. But let me see if I can zoom them in just a bit more here. There we go, 440. So this is that 440 level I'm talking about. It's bounced around a couple times, closed. It's kind of the middle of this range. So we're going to look at 440. If it comes down there, we'll take a little dip buy on Tesla, guys.
All right, guys, Fastly, the big one, obviously, this morning, just watching it here, kind of leaning to the south side as well. But yeah, after market yesterday, they pulled both their Q3 and full year forecasts. So that's never a good thing. Their revised Q3 profit forecast now is 70 to 71 million. That was versus a prior 73.5 to 75.5 million. And as I mentioned, the full year guidance also pulled completely. So not a good look here for Fastly.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that a lot of this was attributed to a large customer of theirs, which, I mean, everyone knows to be TikTok. And with that still unresolved, that's going to weigh potentially at least a little bit in the short term, but there's an expectation that that's going to get resolved at some point. I think that's why, when Sean mentions this level here, down that 75, that's the mid-70s range, I'm going to call it, because it's, sort of tested it a few times here. You've seen it bounce nicely, is an understatement each time. I think that's a good buy opportunity. The other look I have here is just to see this 85 level. That was the top end of those consolidation ranges, so you get that 75 to 85 range. If it manages to even hold that, I think that could be good for like a day trade type of trade. But if you're looking longer, this is an obvious support at 74. The TikTok thing will get resolved eventually, so there's going to be an opportunity to buy it. I don't necessarily know that that's going to be today. Unless we really, really hold this 85 level, maybe you get a quick little scalp long off there, maybe even off the open.
Yeah, just watch. 1.3 million shares. I tweeted out yesterday. Brendan and I were sitting here when this came out, and it just absolutely tanked. And it's not even that bad of a number. I mean, if you are interested and you're wondering, hey, what are these guys talking about? Throw down the watch list, and here it is right here. It's watchlist.tradertv.live. Valeria put the link, and here we go. We're talking about every stock that we're going to be looking at here today is on this list, including Fastly. And look, this is the thing: 70 million, right, versus 73. So it's not that much of a downtick there on what they guided, but like I said, when you're priced for perfection, you can't miss, right? And so they did, and although the report's not coming out, I think for a couple weeks, nice to guide lower, give everyone an idea of what to expect. I mean, look, Shopify is another major customer of theirs. TikTok, I mean, they're a great company, but they're just overheated. We've talked about that over and over again. I'm gonna wait to buy it in the 70s again. I got 70 to 90 the first time in a long-term account, and so we'll wait to do that again. But as far as the day trade is concerned, I think this move is way overdone, but again, I'm looking at 92. If it can break above 92, then I know that I'm right and we'll go long at that area. It's right here, $92. Other than that, you got some stop and goes here at 91.50. That's why I'm not using that level. And then on the downside, you could just trade this like you do any of these other crazy names. If it breaks below 86, you can go short and then use your VWAP of 87.50. So volume is pretty good and spread is pretty good. It's only 10 cents right now. So I'm not super concerned about these levels right here. I do like a short if it breaks the bottom of $86. That's about it.
Yeah, it was November 5th was the next report for Fastly, if anyone was wondering. One that didn't make the watch list, guys, but a group that's been definitely on watch over the past couple of weeks, the cannabis sector. Afria reporting earnings this morning, missing estimates, talking about COVID-related costs and things of that nature. So Afria as well, another one to the downside here this morning, big time. They reported again in the pre-market there, so 7% back towards that $5 area, which was a significant level there for APHA. So we'll have a look at cannabis stocks coming up as well. Want to talk about Morgan Stanley here, another earnings name from this morning. Good report right across the board. They beat handily both per share and revenue. The revenue, 11.7 billion, 16% higher than a year prior. So Morgan Stanley, a nice look here, guys. But we are lower on the day.
Yeah, and I get already given the thumbs down to banks after Monday's report and then the action that we saw there. But Morgan Stanley, I thought, had the best report of them all. Goldman was pretty good as well, and they're still down 1%. So like you can't get it out. We just got flushed out there on SPI, so that does take the dollar down. We'll review that in a second. That's why we're not using big shares. You got to wait till the market opens, but that was worth the risk for me. Okay, Morgan Stanley here, back to the downside right now, $50. I'm bidding in here, man, 49 and change. We'll see if we get some high 49s, to get long. I want to use 49 even as the out. You can see this is big move up here yesterday, thinking that we're going to get that nice little report and or stimulus package, bumps up, comes right back down. And now you have these little bottoms right here that we like. This is 50.38. We're going to open up right around there. And then the bottom again, 50.50. So we take out any of these to the high side, 50.50. 50.50, I think, is a good one. So we'll wait to see if that does come through. But that's Morgan Stanley. And then I did want to look at a daily chart quick, just to give you an idea. If I do get in, at 49.50, 49.80, whatever the price is, my out's just going to be 49. This is 49.50 right here. So if you just dump down another dollar, you're roughly at this spot. We're right at the 50-period moving average. It's a slippery slope today for Morgan Stanley.
Guys, higher costs on WBA, Walgreens Boots Alliance, also reporting earnings. They chalked up about $520 million, they're saying, towards the COVID-19 pandemic as far as expenses are concerned, but still posted a 2.3% increase in Q4 profits. So nice report for WBA here, but another one that's coming back in already.
Yeah, giving just about everything back. I mean, look, anytime you see these moves, obviously you're going to get some wild price action on low volume, so that's going to attribute for a lot of the volatility on a positive report. But a little bit surprising to already see us back here at 36. It's going to be hard not to look at this 35.60 to 36 area, and what is usually not the most volatile name in the world, Walgreens, to be able to take a bit of a defense here. So I didn't come in expecting that I was going to be shorting Walgreens. So my only play is probably to see if we can't defend 35.60. It's going to matter how it trades into that range. Well, it's only done 300,000 shares pre-market. So if we're talking about breaking the bottom here on low volume at the open, I'm probably going to end up having to stay away from Walgreens altogether. If you guys see a couple of positions, AVXL, that's just the one. It's on our watch list, of course, and just a little bit of a retracement short. But there's another one here, HPB. You will see me in this today. This is actually it is a buyout, and they got a higher bid at $4. Revised from a previous bid under $3. So I just saw an opportunity off of a big buyer on the bid to take some shares here at 305 in the pre-market very, very early. Now, this is what I have in my favor. Some bids are starting to step into this. I'm not saying it's going to $4. Clearly, there's some risk in the deal, and it's not actually approved by their board. But look, I mean, if it's going to give you like 10, 20, 30 cent type scalps, and there is some support, it looks like. First, it was at 305 that I saw. Now, another one at 310. I'll be able to play off that and do some scalping in this trade.
Guys, DraftKings, Walgreens Boots Alliance, kind of a quiet stock, but a lot of people know that name. So we'll look at WBA when it opens back up. Look, this is the DraftKings short we have now, 47.70, right? I have a bid at 47. We'll see if we get out of that. But then other than that, man, it's downside here as it looks like COVID's running rampant more again now in the NFL. And if they have to cancel weeks in the NFL, then not good. I'm actually looking, we could test, I don't know, we could test 44, 45 either today or tomorrow. So that's sort of my target on that one. I'm bidding 47 just to get out for a 70-cent win. We'll see if we can take that. That's DraftKings. I see someone on the chat asking for an imbalance locator for SPI. Okay, here it is. So NASDAQ doesn't come out, guys, until 9:25. So I can't show you anything for SPI, but I can show you the New York imbalance, which is right here. We still have Ford. This is a fluid imbalance, so these will keep changing. You can see them changing as we speak right now. There's GE, just gets a little more to the sell side. NIO is still a buy side. The stock that I like is Ford. That's to the sell side today. Other than that, really no big names of major indication. Carnival's on here. Slack is on here. Other than that, we don't really trade any of these other names. So Carnival, Slack, NIO, and Ford, and GE, that's small for GE. So nothing there. Believe me, guys. I'll show this at 9:25. Try to remind me in the chat or whatever. Get one of our attentions here. 9:25, I'll show the NASDAQ imbalance.
AT&T, another one on that list there this morning. The DraftKings on the watch list this morning as well, guys. They teamed up with AT&T and Turner Sports and Warner Media to integrate some of their content across their platform. So another little catalyst that was positive, had a bit of a spike in the pre-market, but obviously the NFL-related COVID news dragging it back to the downside. So AT&T on that list this morning as well. Let's go to Roku, guys, a name that we look at quite frequently here that's been very strong over the past couple of weeks and months. To the upside. To the downside this morning, there's only one real catalyst, KeyBank downgrading the stock. It was down nearly 4% at one point. There was also, it was on sale on Amazon Prime Day yesterday for as much as 30% off for some of their devices. But yeah, Roku looking a little weak here, finally.
I don't think I didn't even look at anything on Amazon Prime Day, oddly enough. But, Roku here, there's going to be like a 219 to 221 area, so call it like 220 right in the middle. More of an area support the last couple of weeks. And I think that's going to be what we're trying to bounce off of. You said there's, like, as you mentioned, Brendan, it's really the only one catalyst to have it to the downside. But it did sell off a top yesterday, a 240 top. So there was a bit of a retracement already. This top end of the range here, it's about like 228, just a little bit higher than that, just 228, 229, which was the yesterday's low. I think that could be a nice little area where if we can get back above there's potential breakout. If you're looking for some short trades, it might be any kind of rollover at that price.
Yeah,
if it makes a bounce back up to $3 or $4 here going into like slow times in the afternoon, I think that would be a great place to jump short under those conditions. Otherwise, I'm just looking for that support down at 220. If it breaks and the market's flushing, that's probably going to be a nice little scalp short for you. Otherwise, if it holds, nice little dip buy.
Yeah, I like. I actually like this level right here. If I can show you guys, this is 228 yesterday. Let's zoom it out just a little bit to give you guys the bigger picture. It's a 3-minute chart. So this is 228 right here. You see what happens when we break it up to 240. This stock is ridiculous. This is actually 2 days ago. 228 all the way up to 240. So that's a good little level. And then of course it comes back down. This is the level that Neil was talking about there. It comes back down to that level yesterday, and it doesn't even come close. It goes to 228.70 before bouncing back to the upside. So yeah, this is a hello DraftKings. There it is, man. A nice little 70-cent win right there. So we hit the fireworks. We lose on SPI. We're way more comfortable with DraftKings, and there it is. A nice little 70-cent win to start the day. We still have half of this on DraftKings, making moves down. We hit the sell side as soon as we see that news there on the Atlanta Falcons. It's on our watch list. We also put it out there, the headline on the Atlanta Falcons. 4 new members testing positive, so that game's probably going to get canceled. And who knows, man? I just think as this keeps going through the NFL, what league is next? We saw Dustin Johnson, Brendan, world #1, has COVID now as well for golf. They're basically done their season, but Masters, I think, is in November, so we're going to have to wait to see if anything happens there. Anyways, Roku through 228, I like it. I like the short through 220. Masters is November, isn't it, Brendan?
It is indeed. Yeah, it's a wraparound season now, so they just keep playing.
Right.
They just go right into next year already. So yeah, we're back into golf season already. United Airlines, quickly, guys, we got to get through a couple of these, hopefully. UAL reporting earnings, huge losses, obviously, because of the pandemic. It was actually bigger than expected. Per share, $8.16 versus an expected $7.53. So just to say those numbers is pretty impressive. But UAL here down, obviously, I mean, I think this was kind of baked in a little bit, but $35 here stands out both on the daily chart and from yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, to say it's baked in is a bit of an understatement. I just feel like the wins of these airline names are going to be moving on any headline when it comes to stimulus. I mean, apparently there's support for an airline-only stimulus package, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If 35 happens to break, I think there's an actionable trade and a flush off there in UAL. So until I see that, post open, I'm not likely to take any trades in any of these names. But always keep your ear to the ground. Brendan always gives us that live news, and if anything does drop intraday regarding the airlines, we'll get to it. And UAL could be the better one to trade today, just because it has an extra catalyst.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe what DraftKings is doing right here, and it's actually quite a nice little move down there. Look, yeah, here, I mean, just continue. It just cracked a 46.40. That's $1.30 in the money there. on DKNG. Yeah, we're talking about the different airlines there. UAL, AAL. Let's go quickly over to CCL. Not on our watch list, but I just want to talk about Carnival Cruise Lines, RCL, Royal Caribbean, everything on watch now, Norwegian as well, down to this side. I think with COVID increasing and just getting ready to blow up here, if not already, 1365 to the downside. I like that break on CCL, guys. Use 14 as your protection.
All right, guys, about 5 minutes to go here before the open. Let's get Arun on board and have a look at the overall market. What are we looking at as far as levels here on the futures this morning, Arun?
Interesting rundown, right? This move is just a continuation from yesterday's 90 breakdown that I had mentioned. So the 90 breakdown, we ran out of time as a day trade. We ran out of time, but the trade was still in play. Now, at this point in time, there's not a whole lot you can do except kind of just go with the flow in terms of order flow. And I think the order flow would most likely be negative coming into the open. So here I am taking a shot at around short around 40, right where we are, with 50 as a stop. That is it. This is meant to be a quick trade. I am short, but this is not meant to be a holding type of trade that I'm going to, look to hold the entire day. If this flow comes in positive at the open, I'm out. If this comes in negative, then obviously we're going to tighten up the trailing stops on this and just try to make as much as we can, as fast as we can on this trade. But 50 is the level that I'm looking at just for a quick trade. And the only level I've got is still that 35.10 from yesterday. So after the 90 broke yesterday, the 35.10 would have been the stop. That's the only major level that I've got left. But apart from that, the 34.50, you can try to get a quick trade in front of it. I've already gotten some shorts. We'll see how this open comes in, but I am looking for some negative order flow at the open. If it doesn't, hey, we'll walk away and find another trade.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in with Arun again tomorrow morning. Another little one to have a look at this morning. Staff line. This thing popped up yesterday. You can see late in the day. This was about 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Made a huge run up through $1. So we're gapping up significantly from that this morning. There's not much in the way of news or catalyst behind this, but just all kinds of volume. You can see I was kind of waiting for something like this to happen, a big kind of blow off. If you go out to the daily chart, there's not much until 250, and then above that $3, I think. So we did kind of turn here at 250, coming back down. If this thing can put in maybe a lower high, we'll start looking at staff. But the volume, the story on STAF, guys.
It's big volume, and it does feel strong, Brendan. I was looking at that one and wasn't even sure if I wanted it until it was below like $1.85 for any kind of retracement play. But watch out. If this one blows off the top, it does feel like that one could get some juice to the upside. 3 minutes to go here, guys. Lots to cover. We talked about almost everything on the watch list there. One from the bottom, if you guys are just tuning in, we do go over all of the names on our watch list. AVXL, this is the bottom. It just had positive clinical trials, phase 2 clinical trials. This is just that typical sort of fade trade, and what we're usually going to be looking for in a gap up is consolidation lower off of pre-market highs, or ideally an intraday level or on a daily chart. Then once you get a breakdown, and this was the breakdown right here at about 540 to 550, I broke to the downside. I shorted one consolidation at 5. That was more of a breakout trade. Got some out. It couldn't get any lower than 480, so you get like a 20-cent win max. And then it comes back up to test that level at 540. I do jump back into the trade. I got some out on the sell side of 5. It's now rolling over again. You can't let it break 550 or 540 to 550 as a shorter. So we're going to make sure we get out if that's the case. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Just seeing a headline here on Peloton, guys. Peloton lower on the day, but looks like the maker of Nordic Track, so another type of exercise equipment, suing Peloton over some of the technology in their latest bike. So heads up on Peloton, down 3% already, guys.
Okay, we don't have SPAC on our watch list here, but SPAQ making moves right now. Almost 1 million shares. DraftKings coming all the way back here, so really glad that we took out most of that, or half of it anyways, at the upside, on the downside there. 15.20 right now, looking good. If you're looking to see something blow off the top here, SPAQ possibility. We didn't talk about that. Electric vehicles look like they're the thing, and there it is right there. High side of 15.30 if that does happen. So this is a possibility here. It can go to about 15.60, 16 maybe as a top. So we're going to watch out for SPAQ to take that off very, very soon here. 15.20 to the high side. I'm going to put an order in to take that on a blowout if we can get it. Also Morgan Stanley, we're going to check in on that one quickly. Still not doing much, only 448,000 shares, but I do like a bit if I can get something down here, 49 and change.
Yeah, just going to come back to that SPI. This 13 even mark, you saw it finally break down, and usually looking for sellers to come in before you think about shorting a runner like this. If 13 breaks up, I think it might test the high here. So any short I have will be in front of that 13 with a reversal long into high of day, which is its own break. Right now, that's 14.20. Brendan, what's up?
Real quick, guys. Sean was having trouble with the imbalance locator there. Here's the NASDAQ imbalances, guys, heading to the open. Naked Brands, Sun W, AAL, SNDL. A lot of buys, surprisingly, on the NASDAQ side of things, but NAKD, Sun W, and AAL, the top three there, guys.
I wonder when it came out, because now mine's loaded. So maybe it's 928, maybe.
Maybe it used to be 925. You know, we've been around a long time. These things do change, but we have 20 seconds to go. Means the market is about to open. I believe Valeria is ready to ring that little bell back there. So it is Thursday, guys. Let's see if we can't get some money down. Drop the bell for it. Don't make her jump. Let's get going. 7, 6, and 5. I like that short, Valeria, but I'm watching SPI 13. That's a short. 2 and 1. Market is open. Let's get this party started. That AVXL might be bouncing to the upside. My stop is, that 540 to 550 area stop on that short. Got to watch out and make sure it doesn't blow off the top.
Yep, exactly. DraftKings making moves back to the downside right now. So happy with the way that one's performing, and we'll just see what it can do. Okay, Fastly, we did take that short. So now we're short 85.90 right now. Let's see if we can't get some profit on this one. We'll bid low. So there it is. Bang, a nice little, 80-cent win right there to start the day. Punching Fastly in the mouth. We're short right now on Fastly. You just saw a quick little profit take there ahead of 85. We're short 85.91, FSLY. Now it's ripping to the backside, so watch out here. That was just a quick trade. Our out's actually going to be 87.25. So if that comes back upside, we're out of that. But right now, short Fastly, watch out. That move might have been done right there.
Yeah, NEO does immediately start flushing to the downside, so it doesn't take out the top. It just gave me a pullback into 27, so we're going to short this one. And again, this is not an indictment of NEO. It's just sometimes you will see profit taking in a downward market. I will try to get out in all the way down to this pre-market low, 26.35. I'm going to have to go back to this HPB, and I mentioned this to you guys. It's literally a $4 cash deal where buyers were showing up at $3 for me. It's well below the cash price. It is not an accepted offer. I'm not saying it looked like free money, but now the buyer that was at 5 showed up at 10, showed up at 15. It's now at 325. So, I'm going to hang on to this one as long as that buyer's there. I'm going to be net long at 305, working it out probably all the way to like 340, 350. Brendan, what's up?
I mentioned the earnings on Afria there, guys. Big flush off the open there on a huge volume spike. So through that pre-market low on the open for Afria, guys.
Yeah, okay. And we didn't get to that stock, and I was saying that, Afria, the play on a lot of these NASDAQ stocks, marijuana stocks, is the fact that, it could be a Democratic sweep, right? So we had that bump up there last couple of weeks based on the debate and whatnot, so there you go. Roku, big win now again, hopefully. We're long at 28 now. We take that through 28. We talked about that level. I gave it to you why we did like it. It rips to 29 before failing. Look at the NASDAQ. I mean, that's why we went up like that, like crazy. So watch out for Roku now. You got to give it some love back down, but there it is, 28.45 right now. We are long Roku, 28.08. But look at the spread, man. I mean, it goes up $1 in the money, but the spread is like 50, 70 cents right there. So we'll take some off. Bang, there it is. A nice little win there on Roku as well. Let's see if it can go to the moon now. Long 28.08. Nice little win there. Let's see what we can do with Roku.
Just got a couple of legs out here on that 27 area short on NEO. It is going to be testing upside, so I want to make sure I have half out in front of that low of day. If it breaks this little opening range high, 27.30, I'm going to get out, look for the top, which is 27.60. We'll work off that level if we get a break up. Otherwise, going to hang on to the second half for that 26.35 bottom. If that breaks, you can always look for a breakdown short. I do also want... We'll go to Brendan first, and we'll come back and review some of these other trades.
Big volume on Zoom this morning, guys. 1.5%. We're right at these recent highs on the daily chart. 518 for Zoom. Big move up initially for ZM, guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at the NASDAQ, man. The NASDAQ is going nuts there. Zoom, of course, we know why Zoom goes nuts, and it goes nuts because of COVID. And the more that this keeps running through, the more of a problem it's going to be, obviously, for everybody. My Roku, 27.25 is where we'll get out if that does go through. So that's Roku. DraftKings all the way back to flat now. So good thing we took that out. Now I want to go long if we do break above 48.40. Debating fading this move right now on DraftKings, guys. I don't know why it made that move upside, but the news is pretty pretty negative. I think another worth of a shot here short into this 48.50.
Yeah, and going to take off another 20-cent winner if I can on NEO just to keep lightening this load. It does feel like it's getting strong, which Fastly is as well. I mean, it's about to test this 90 area to the top side. Potential breakout could be through there. I mean, came in thinking of places to buy it. I actually was anticipating a bit of a dip. That didn't even happen. So it could break out at 90, certainly going to be in play. If it rolls over here and you want to join the short party, not the worst in terms of risk reward. It just failed right at 9.0. So it's kind of a low risk short opportunity if you like it. I'm going to see if I can't take it reversal to the long side for a scalp trade if we can even get that.
Okay, yeah, just looking up DraftKings, we did take another short there ahead of this 48.50. So right now we're back short DraftKings. No. Let's see if it can fall back down. If the market gives up here, I'm pretty sure this will. Bang! A nice little reload there on DraftKings. Punch in the mouth. What up, Brandon?
That staff line, guys, we mentioned right before the open there, did break that 250 and $3 to the upside. Very, very thinly traded. Be careful with this one. Free float on this stock, guys, is around 7 million shares. It's already done 43 million on the day, guys.
Yeah, that one is crazy, but running out of power. EV space. NEO just broke the bottom, so that little fade trade is going to work out for us. I didn't get that second entry on the way up here at 27.10 I was trying to get. It's trying to bounce off this pre-market low here, 26 even. I think there's going to be some actionable trades. I want to be trying to pull back off of a 27 level now if I can. Otherwise, take some out in front of that 26. See if we can't rinse and repeat and get some more trade action. With NEO, like yesterday, I like to scalp and hold. I think it's so active, you can take advantage of doing that. So if I get a break back up, I can simply cover this trade and look for another entry point. Lock in that 50-cent win, which is the plan. Otherwise, let's see if we can't get 70 cents to $1. NEO to the downside. Profit taking happens when you're up this much, guys. So there's a little bit of case of that here today.
Yep, exactly. Roku does fall back down. So 1 win, 1 loss, about flat on that trade. And we tried it, but we missed it. Okay, I like Fastly as well, but it's not at those levels yet. DraftKings still bouncing around, man. We're short now, 47.65. NEO here, we're long. We're taking some longs, and it's NEO's already short, but we're trying to protect this 26 just to see if it does hold. So we go long now, 26.38, with some more bids down here to get even longer if it does come back through. We'll see if we can get this back up to VWAP for a nice little 40-cent win, but right now it's coming down to 26. We're not very heavy in this. You got to play the momentum, right? So there we go. So now we have another long. So now we're in a decent position. We'll wait to see if this breaks through 26. If it does, then yeah, we're out. And here it comes, man. It's just crashing down. Profit-taking central right now on NIO. So this one could be a loser again. It's not a very heavy position because we know how it can run, and I'd rather be with the momentum than against it. But I think it's worth a try here defending 26. What is the size at 26? Is there?
I actually took mine. Like I said, I was going to take out in front of that 26 area. It's not a lot of size, and I apologize. I was literally looking at SPI, so I'm going to have to scramble to get to NEO on the primary one. But it just chewed right through that 26 level. It was like 150, 200,000 shares, not a heck of a lot. I thought there'd be a chance to bounce and get a consolidation off it. That wasn't the case. It's just the one short and done, 26.94. Takes them out for the scalp trade. Hold the last 20% just to get something in front of 26. No bounce. No bounce whatsoever yet on NIO. I anticipated one at 26. It just didn't happen. A win's a win. But wow, that chewed through that level.
Yeah. Definitely a win is definitely a win. But not a good win right now, 25.85. If it breaks back above 26, we'll take it, and then we'll get out 25.85. But yeah, right now, no love going long on NEO. So we'll try it one more time above 26. If that comes through, we'll use 25.85 as the bottom, hopefully, on NIO. DraftKings coming back down as well. So that looks like that's going to be a nice little winner for us if that does come in. So 25 again. 85 or so on NEO if it does break. And other than that, man, we're okay. There we go. So we're in NEO right now. You can see there it is. The buy just happens. We're long 26.01 right now on NEO. So there, and then a big size shows up right there. So yeah, this is going to fade back down. I already have the 85 out. We'll get out if it breaks that. But look at that. We go long 26, and then some dude shows up there to sell this thing down. So watch out here, NEO. There it is again. Big size everywhere. What up, Brendan?
Walgreens here, guys. We mentioned the earnings. $38. Bit of a problem so far. There's a seller that was kind of holding it there at 38, but might be through now. But decent move here. 6% now for WBA.
Yeah, watch out for the AVXL. I did take 3 shorts in this one. The last one, it's now testing that 550. I'm not going to let it break this price area. Once it goes above, I'm done. The first 2 were good. The last one is going to be a hit. You play level over and over again. Each time it has a higher low. So trying to get a bit of strength into AVXL. I'm not going long in this thing at this point. It would have to give me some consolidation post-open, which all the consolidation was pre-market. But I'm out of the short now just to advise you guys on what I'm doing in that position. I did mention that I was literally just looking at SPI when NEO cracked that 26. What I was going to tell you guys, I like to short off of 13. I was waiting until it opened up. There was a 12 break that I missed out on. So I think I can maybe use the 12 level and the 13 level independently for a couple of places to go short. I would reverse long on a 13 break into the high of day. I'll keep going with that. That's what I said pre-market. I still like that trade. The volume is still holding relatively high. That's why I don't mind taking a breakout if it moves up.
Okay, guys, we're triple the shares here. NEO 2601. It's up to 2622. So this stock right away, guys, turns positive for me. So fireworks here, but we got to get out. We can't. There's 27s. Yes, making it all back right now on NEO, going through 26. Now we're out of half of that position. So let's keep running this thing to the high side. 27, 28 cent win for us on NEO. Made that money back, thank God, on that one. So that was a good trade for us. Now making money to the backside here on NEO. We waited for that to settle down. It's hard to see because I have so many, there we go, I have so many executions, but there's the long again there, through and now upside, 2640. Could we break that? Maybe. Let's just keep getting out as we go. So a nice little win here for NEO. Morgan, nice, yeah, going even more now, good. Morgan Stanley right now, check back on them. This is the bank that we wanted to go long, 49 and change. And yeah, no love for the 49 and change spot there.
Oh,
what up, B?
Sean, you were talking about SPAC there, Spartan Energy. There was a deadline set, it looks like, for the merger to be completed. It was November, I believe. I'll double check on that. To close October 30th. My apologies, October 30th, the close for this deal. There's also a headline just with Volkswagen. Looks like Fisker and Volkswagen could team up for some part swapping, guys.
I cannot believe I missed this roll. If I can go ahead and cancel this order on Fastly. When it approached that 90, we talked about that little double top and taking that little shot short. I will go, and I just did actually, just grab the long in front of that 85. This was the first level to the downside that I would test for a day trade. Of course, we mentioned those 70s, but that's more of a, I guess, a long-term risk swing, whichever one you want to call it. I'll defend 85 first, so I picked up 85.60 here. We'll risk 60 cents plus slippage just to get it back into this consolidation range around 87, 87.20 or so. That gives you like a $1.50 or a bit of a target. Let's see if Fastly can actually bounce off that level we're talking about.
Guys, I mean, look at these wins here. Bang, bang, bang. Like, this is the thing. You average in small, you get out at 26, you wait for 26 to build a level, and then you just bang this thing right up to VWAP right now. I mean, this has been a fantastic trade here on NEO now. Great, you know, my biggest trade, obviously, today, or so I wouldn't be talking about it. Now we're getting out. We're right there at VWAP 61. We just took out some 55s. We are only now 20% in on the position right now, and you know, just clear. Now breaking to the upside. Bang! What a big winner this was, man. We'll hit the bang for you here on NIO. Yes, sir. Like, even if we hold these, we're winning, but it does break 26. We do get out. The largest net profitable stock here today is NEO. Let's go, Brendan.
Another earnings name, guys. Taiwan Semiconductor reported this morning, pre-market. Huge move up through 87 already to 89. Some of the semiconductors showing strength on that, guys.
And we talked about it a couple of ways here on Fastly. Of course, it was that 90 rollover. If you're really, really fast, you got that one, but I didn't have it, and I was sort of almost anticipating it. But the 85 bounce, we're definitely looking at. Quick dollar scalp off the bottom here, and you're probably not going to cash this unless you already had the stop, and we're looking to bottom pick this name. It does look like it wants to maybe consolidate lower. It's still some wild action. This is just a 1 minute to give you an idea. But if we can get back above that 87, I'm looking for like a $1.50 to $2 of a target. I'll hang on through low of day. That's 85. If that breaks, you know, Fastly, the damage might not be done just yet, and then we're shorting it into those levels mentioned pre-market. When we covered this one on the watch list, which are all in the 70s, that would be crazy if it gets there, but I wouldn't rule anything out. It's a very volatile name. I will jump you guys back over to that where are you? AVXL. I got stopped. Like I said, I had a 550 stop, so I shorted 3 times successfully. It does look like it wants to try to break to the upside here. It's holding a higher low and also holding this $5 level. So if this one wants to continue to do some good volume, there might be a breakout trade. I wasn't going to take it before. Now that there's consolidation post-open, there might be a long to be had through 550 the second time.
Yes, sir. And we're just posting some of this stuff up here. Okay, Neo, let's go is basically the talk right now. 25.80, guys. We're light now. We're 10%, actually less than 10% in this position. And bang that out, man. Hot dogs for everybody on that trade. Let's go. Neo, what a maniac. I'm going to be trading this a lot harder in the next couple days based on what I'm seeing now. I think I got a good read on Neo. Okay, Fastly right now in short, out there again. So we'll wait to see here on Fastly. We're basically flat on it. We are negative. It's going to show negative. It wasn't big shares. I'm waiting to put on a position. I'm hearing what Neil's saying, and I agree with everything. It's just right now it's just so choppy. We did miss that opportunity on this break upside down to up to 90. We'll wait for that to happen again. It's got to break through 90, 91 for me to even get excited about that one. DraftKings now making back moves to the downside. We're short. Our average price is 86. It's at 66. So a nice little 20-cent win. I think it's probably worth taking some off right now. It's been up, down, and around. It tested that 50 and fell through, or fell off of that back to the downside. So let's take some out now. DraftKings, if we can get it back in the 60s there, we'll take a piece off and then hold half. But look at Neo, man. $27. Like, let's just keep spinning this all day.
The fact that I literally just got back in at the same price off of the open was pretty amazing. I like that 27 to 27.30 for a stop. I'm going to take this short the second time through. Look, every time I say this, if you use the same level twice, you shouldn't have the same level of confidence because everybody can see that it worked the first time, and the chances of it working as well the second time are a little bit dim. Less high, less good, whatever you want to call it. So you can take half position size, you can tighten the stop. Both those things I think make sense. For me, it's going to be a smaller position size, but I'm going to take it all the way down to previous close, 26.50, and then if it tests a low, fantastic. I'm telling you, that HBP, it's not very often that I've ever seen something like this before where you have a higher cash offer and it's a $4 offer, and here it goes. And then literally a buyer just showed their hand. I talked about Scotty at 305. A buyer showed up at 10s, showed up at 15s, trailed it upside, still holding. I shouldn't get 40-cent winners in stocks like this, yet here we are. $4 is the price. I had 350 as a target, and it looks like we're going to get it. Brennan, what's up?
We were talking about that staff line earlier. This is another little teeny tiny one, Job here. That's up on that same kind of news. So this in the same group, you can see had a nice little bump aftermarket yesterday. So Job and that staff line still looking very strong on the day, guys.
All right, guys, there goes DraftKings. Nice little, we got out of DraftKings there? Oh, we did. Okay, we got double on DraftKings. Didn't mean to get out of both there. That was a mistake. I didn't realize I had 2 bids there, but DraftKings with another win, so slay that dragon here today for DKNG. Didn't realize we had 2 bids out there, but hey, we'll take it for right now and see what happens on that moving forward. So right now, DraftKings, a nice out, nice little 20-cent win. Cashed $1 there, then we cashed out another 25 or 30 cents on that move. So DraftKings a good one for us today as well. Neo, we just got out of the last little bit there. Now we're holding like 2% because I'm with Neil. That 27 looks like a good little top there, so we'll take that off, and now we'll wait to see what happens. Just goes to 27.05. Like, this thing is very, I think it was almost 500 million. Maybe we can check that yesterday in volume. So today we're well on the way again. 49 million shares right now with only 13 minutes. Good math, 13 minutes left, 17 minutes into the market, and it's just ripping to the upside. I think you can even take Neil long even through this, 27.50. So is that the high? Yeah, 27.50. Watch out for that. It takes out that. We're going to go long again. But Neo, guys, this is $1.30 in the money. Backflip central for Neo. Big trade alert, guys.
And Fastly, I'm going to go Superman action on this one, but probably didn't give it enough credit. I talked about having that target for about $1.50 to $2. We'll end up taking it off for the $2 win here to the upside. It bounces stronger than I thought. The fact that it double top roll over at 90, I really didn't even think we'd test above 88. That's exactly what has happened here. Like I said, I dipped back into Neo. Dip back in, sure, why not? Let's use that term. Right back at the same price I had before. I'm I'm giving it to this top, which is held for now, 27.30, 27.31 technically. If it breaks through there, I'm not going long at this price. I think certainly you can wait to see what happens at the actual high of the day, but I'm not going to give it past that 27.30 range. One more for you, and good luck. Was it Sam? One of our members of the chat here, Sam. If you had this HBP, I'm done with price targets on this. It actually got to 365. I would certainly be a seller in front of $4. That kind of goes without saying. If it had this much trouble going up, the volume has spiked now on this name. At some point, you'll probably see it settle down and then trade in a more reasonable range. I'll be shorting in front of $4 all day, every day on a stock like this. Just until it gets there, why not hold on to a little bit? 305. This is insane. It shouldn't have taken this long for it to get going. I'm actually not sure why that was the case in the first place.
I got to cancel. I mean, I'm not upset. This is what happens when you do the show. But our DraftKings, man, we had this thing dead to rights. And unfortunately, we did have 2 bids there and didn't realize it. Now you're coming straight down. I just hope that most of you guys still have this DraftKings position. It's very, 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 very choppy right here. But a nice little move to the downside there. Just wish that we didn't have multiple orders out there. But we always talk about what's the difference of trading on the show and trading in, real life. And that is that, yeah, you can be a little more careful if you're just watching a couple stocks. We're watching as many as we can for you guys. What up, B?
Yet another one. So we have Staffline, we have that job that I just mentioned, Shift Pixie, PIXY, another one in that kind of online employment space, popping up here this morning on huge volume. Just tagged $3 up there. Very weak on the daily chart, obviously, but on the way up as well. That Shift Pixie guy.
Like Neo, man, set the pins up. Like this is the thing. I'm going to start to destroy it. Like you guys want some trades on Neo. I'm going to be back every single day because I've read this stock almost perfectly every single day, man. It has moves off the open. You got to wait. You let it develop a bottom or a top, depending on which way you're thinking. I was only thinking long today, and then bang that right to the upside. $1.40 now was $1.40 at that top in the money. So, but we're almost out. It's a light position. It's just really great to see the read on this one right through VWAP and just exploding to the upside. So Neo today, guys, is definitely a banger for me. Let's just keep the trades going.
That staff just broke 250, bit of a level forming on the pullback. It was breakout price off the open. You can see it right here. Anytime it retraces lower than that, I'll take a shot for that short. I just got in at 47, 20-cent win right now. I'm going to hang on to like 40% of it just to see if it breaks down to 2 even. Below 185 actually feels like it could be pretty weak. I checked that, sorry. Below 195 seems like it could be a little bit weak as well. Probably going to get some consolidation around 2. This one has been strong all morning long, so I would watch out for any shorts. Make sure you have some kind of a stop area. Now that I've taken profit, that's going to be 250. I would have given it to the 65 to 70 area before, but once it already breaks down, I always like to move it down with the price action because I don't want 10, 15% moves parabolic into some possible halts on a name like this getting me caught off guard. But 80 million shares in volume. Staff is going to be a good one throughout the rest of the day. Neo, I was only ever looking, well, I shouldn't say that because I did mention a couple of opportunities for longs, especially if it does break out. But I get stopped at high a day. Like I said, if you're going to do the same level twice, either do 2 things: tighten up your stop, which would have saved you money, or shorten your position or decrease your position size. But the short for me worked out really well. The only mistake was thinking that there would be an actual hold at that 26. It broke right through. So that prevented me from getting bottom wick, or at least close to it on momentum. Either way, the next level to look at for me on Neo is going to be 27.60, and then can it put in a higher low off of 26.40, so the previous pre-market low? Those are the 2 things I'm watching now in NIO. Staff, let's see if we can't get it southbound. SPI, on the other hand, and I don't know what to say about this one. It's all well and good to have a couple of short ideas, but while everything was going on in NIO, and Fastly was a great trade here, AVXL was a mixed bag. SPI turned into a fantastic short off that 13 that we mentioned, and then now again off 12. If it does bounce up, I'm not going long unless it's a 13 break. I need to see it actually trade to the upside, break some shorts backs here, and then maybe spike up to that high of day at 1420.
All right, just getting Fastly locked and loaded here. Yeah, Fastly, we're getting ready to go here. I do like it. Again, it needs to break this top, but I think it gets there. So we'll wait to see if it breaks through 90. Yeah, good talk there on Neo. 27.30, looks like it faded out. This is why we have 3% of our position left. So it's a very, very light position. We'll get out if it comes back to VWAP here and breaks, probably 26.70, 26.90. It's literally no damage done here. We're holding so small, but a good trade here. 26 Let's give it a 2670. Yeah, we'll go 2670 here. Out on NEO. What up, Beep?
Cars.com in New York up 20% here. We're right at these daily time frame highs. So 975 up to 10. Watch this Cars.com. They updated their current quarter here in the pre-market this morning. A little better than expected earnings in a couple of weeks for Cars.com, guys.
All right, Cars.com. And we're also trading. You might see some Luckin come in here a little bit. We did take Luckin Coffee long at 64 and out up here at 78. So if you do see that come through, that's why. Just a small little OTC stock here. You guys all remember Luckin Coffee earlier. So there it is right there, moving to the upside right now. We're going to cancel, but there is size on there. So if you want to play off Luckin, you can. But dangerous game if you're not familiar. Roku right now, unfortunately, guys, we got stopped out here and we saved ourselves some money, so we're not going to be any sad about that. It was a roller coaster on Roku, so up there we make 70 cents, and then we lose 227, then we lose $1, so we're net down about 30 cents on Roku. But look what happens, man. It goes all the way to that 230 level that we did like. We should have shorted that up there. Again, didn't notice it happening, but Roku, guys, today, just watch out. The steam coming out of a lot of these stocks today, I feel like, so that's just another one. Afria, though, coming back to the downside. Remember we talked about cannabis. You got to be careful with these names. They're huge. Like look at the daily chart. We talked about buying these names down here. 4 or 5, like literally, you guys know that if you're watching the show, that I gave a buy recommendation. I can't show you Twitter, but if you go to it, you'll see 450 right now, downside, right? All the way to 6. So you're welcome for like 50% return. Now it's coming back to the downside. You got to be careful with these marijuana stocks. Why, thank you, Valeria. What up, Pete?
That's moving back above $1 today, guys. This is Foresight Autonomous. We were trading this one way back when some of the smaller EV makers were moving around. Foresight Autonomous doing some work in the EV space. This news this morning about rail, though. They signed an agreement for additional funding in the railroad space. So a big pop here for FRSX, guys.
Definitely one to add. I just want to quickly come back to Morgan Stanley. This was, of course, on our watch list. And, positive report for them, actually going up at least a little bit here today, only 0.5%, but that's better than most of the banks and how they've responded once the market has opened up. Bit of a break to the upside that is terminating here on a higher low, a lower high here at 51 bucks. Got as high as 51.40. A rollover at this point, I mean, the market is sort of trending to the trading to the upside, temporarily heading back northbound. So does Morgan go along with it? If it cannot, the volume has really started to die down. An inability to break up that 51 and put in a test of that high in a booming market, at least currently, would be a bit of a bearish sign for me. So I'll be looking to short it off that 41 if it gets back below VWAP, especially with the market going up and Morgan stalling out here right at that even dollar.
Yeah, okay. Just looking here to see if we can get any stocks that are like moving quite well here today. And we'll see if we can find some for you. SPAQ, again, on our watch list. Guys, look, if you haven't signed up for our watch list yet, you're missing out because honestly, it's free. It's watch.tradertv.live. You see the biggest trade of the day, I think, here today, profit-wise anyways, is the NEO long that we had. Big move off that bottom. You got to have that. We got to look back at Tesla. I talked about 440. We'll look at that news. Neil's been on Fastly, so have I. Good trading there. He just talked about Morgan Stanley. We'll look at Walgreens. We've traded Roku today. UAL, DraftKings was a good story, and then I started to fade it, and that's been a big winner for us as well. Staff, SPI, they're all on here. Watch list.tradertv.live. We had a big sign up last couple days, so make sure you hit that with us. SPAQ, I was looking at it, taking out the top on some of that Volkswagen Fisker news to the top side, but remember, these deals, man, they're going to close. Then there's going to take on a new name, a new symbol, and we're just going to figure out what does happen. But Fisker, we like that play. We like Nikola as well. The thing about Fisker is they've failed numerous times before in the car space. So I don't know if there's going to be a good stock or not. I'm in it long term, near 13 or maybe low 14s. I'll check out for that for you. But I don't know about this name, up 1%. It sort of had wings and then gave up. So Fisker.
I just want to jump back into this STAF, and I mentioned a $1.95. It looks like currently 205, like right around that $2 level. I just took my trade off in front of it if I anticipate a sideways action. You had to be patient for this short. I needed to see it really sell off and then either hold a level. Sure, it could have, if it had actually retested 3, I'd probably get back into it off of that lower high. Otherwise, I just wait for the breakdown at 250. That's when I get involved right down into what we expect to be support. This is why we go over these levels in the morning. Because if you're going to trade, 4 or 5 symbols or whatever it might be, sometimes it's more than that, you have to have a plan of action so that when the market moves on you, these stocks start to go, you already know what you're going to do in advance and can just execute. So now, if it holds this bottom, there could be another long on staff off here, just a pure momentum play. It had been strong all morning, but a break below 195, and this thing, could be headed back down to like a $1.25, guys. So that's going to be the story on that name. Roku, Sean, as well. I sort of missed a possibility for a breakout on Roku, but I was initially looking for a dip down into that 220 level, and I had the 3-minute up, but I was going off of the 15 when we were talking about this, and we just really liked. I just really like this off of that 219 to 221 area. It looks like pre-market was the only shot you had to get it. There was that 228, which did not hold. I'm now looking at yesterday's close, 233. I'll probably take a shot. If it keeps going to the upside, I'll probably be shorting Roku in front of that 233 previous close just to see if this isn't overdone.
Okay, yeah. Some people like that Roku call, but yeah, it's Roku. A little bit of fun there going through. Okay, yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond. We liked that yesterday. Shout out to the wife talking pretty funny stuff there on Twitter about this. 90, I like it now even more on Fastly. It's trying to make a little bit of an area consolidation right now between 88 and 89. We break through 89, next stop 90, next stop 95. So I do like the long on Fastly. I mean, Neo just keeps on exploding, so we'll just keep on doing the backflips, man. We're waiting for 27.50. I just got to make sure I have an order out for that, and I do not. Ooh, that was my sell side on the downside. So 27.50 for Neo will be long. And I got to apologize. I still should be in DraftKings, and this would be another dollar winner. So $1 on this move, and then $1 on that move. We only meant to get out half, but we got out the full thing. That's my bad on that. So hopefully you guys are still in on that one. But DraftKings, Neo, so far been great. Roku, you've seen that trade come and go. So let's keep watching it. I'm watching Neo to break through 27.50 and Fastly to break through 90. Those are going to be 2 plays for me, guys. Brendan at the big screen with Happening Now.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock already. Let's have a look at North American markets here. We're off the lows. We were looking at 1+% declines right across the board in the pre-market. So moving in the right direction here. The S&P 0.6. Same story for the Dow. Look at the NASDAQ here, the weakest of the group so far. 0.8% for the composite and the 100 there. The Russell 1+% still for small caps. TSX here in Toronto 0.4% to the downside. Banks under pressure here. I did note if you're trading on this side of the border, BOVESPA 1% down in Brazil. To the downside so far for the BOVESPA. Let's go over to a few things from the watch list still worth having a look at. UAL, the earnings, yeah, not good, obviously. Out aftermarket yesterday, a huge flush through 35 there. 35 was acting as a bit of support in the pre-market. We're down to 33.50 here. I think that was a bit of a no-brainer for UAL. Tons of volume behind that move to the downside. Some of the other airlines following suit as well. Just brought up Southwest here, down 1.8%. It did bounce nicely, though, off 38.10. We're back to 38.5, trying to head higher for Love. Obviously, UAL, the one with the news. Tesla as well on the watch list this morning. Early weakness, but no longer. 450 needs to hold here. We're right back at 450, but did break it to the upside. Initially for Tesla, guys, we're seeing a little bit of strength from some of the EV makers still. Back over to you.
I mean, look what's happening now. Bang! Another, Neo, man, just keeps on ripping up. We had this one, Trader family, at 26 even. It's at 27.65 right now. That's $1.70. Good math. $1.60 winner. So just keep on spinning this, guys. It just keeps on coming up. We're long again, 27.53, and we've been getting it out. How much money can we make on this thing? Just keeps on ripping to the north side. N to the I to the O. Neo keeps on ripping up. Give us some 65s. Bang! There it is. More money for us on NIO. The day just keeps on getting Bigger and badder, guys. Welcome to the jungle. Another 20-cent win on NEO. This is a monster trade, guys. I told you we were looking long. Bingo, bango, bongo. Follow me on Twitter. Follow all of us as we continue to rip this market apart. Let's go.
Another name for our watch list. I don't know that we mentioned a Walgreens Boots Alliance other than when we were going over these names, but strong move off the bottom at that 36, right back to the top and then fading back in. I'm using previous weekly high here at 36.70 on a retracement. Look, if it wants to put in this sort of whippy range-bound action and you're going to give me a failure off of what was an obvious little high here at 38, I'm going to take the shot. I'm not saying we go all the way back into that 36 level on Walgreens, but usually it tends to hold the range pretty well. So if it does do that, I think we can slide back down. We'll take some out in front of 27, 30, 40 cents. Something along those lines. If we can get a dollar winner, very happy to cash that on Walgreens. But I keep saying how irrational this HBP is. So of course, yeah, it comes all the way back in and wants to give me another dip buy opportunity. I'm not saying it's going to $4 at this point. It terminated at 365. I'd be shorting it if it got anywhere close to that. But back up to that 350 mark so I can once again rinse and repeat. I was unable to get anything better than 330. I tried 20s, couldn't get them. Tried 25s, couldn't get them. Started this at 305, and it's been an absolute banger of a trade this morning. Higher bid from $2.70 to $4. Not approved by the board. But still, if someone's interested in picking this up at $4 a share, and you can buy it at 305 in the pre-market, it's really not that hard.
Yeah, not that hard also, obviously, as NEO just continues to go long, man. I don't know. We punched 27.50 again, and we're 30 cents in the money. I mean, this has just been a crazy, crazy roller coaster today. And by roller coaster, I mean just straight upside. We're like at the top of the roller coaster right now, and we're almost out again. All we did is scalp this thing like mad to the upside here. You guys can see that in here, 27.50, out. Our best out 78 right now, and we have now 10% left of this 27.50 position, and we're going to get it out if it breaks back down below here somewhere. Irregardless, it's irrelevant at this point. We've just absolutely destroyed NEO today. Congratulations, anybody been with me, and thank you again for all the love on the chat. GameStop right now, you guys are saying, why aren't we looking at this? Yeah, I don't know why. We haven't spent too much time on GameStop the last couple days, but we do know the news, of course, with Microsoft, and it was going parabolic there. But there still is a high short interest. We could check that in case some got paired off, but I doubt it. 12.70, well, some would have. 12.75 right now. It's cracking back to the downside. You do have VWAP here at 12.90. GameStop, I don't know, man. I just don't want to really trade this name until we get to some key levels. And right now, 12.85. I'll do a little bit more work and look at something on a longer term scale here for GameStop. But right now, not too much interest for me on this name. Just waiting for Fastly bouncing around here, looking for it to take out 90, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to do more backflips here. Just instantly getting a nice win here on HBP again, and it's just a gift that keeps on giving. It's not over 3 million shares of volume, but got those 330s back in on a dip. I did try a little bit deeper, of course, defending that 315, where there was a pre-market buyer that just didn't even hide their intentions whatsoever, just showing up on the bid at like 8 o'clock in the morning. 345, 355, we're able to get out, so 15 and 25 cent scalps. Not as big as we had earlier, but I don't think we're seeing that 305 entry price from before. Walgreens did get down to that 27 area, but very close at least to my target, but not quite. I mean, it looks like it may be like a penny or two away from getting me that 30-cent win on the first little bit, but it is rolling over. It's been a range-bound play, and yes, good earnings for them. Yes, moving to the upside, but twice failing here at the top since the initial spike. And if it can come back in, I'm just playing off of the previous week high, that's 37.70, and see if we can't work it all the way down past 37 into this sort of opening range that we had, 36 to 36.50. That's the ultimate target downside. We'll knock on some wood, so hopefully this one can be added to the list of names on the watch list that have done well for us this morning. I believe Brendan has something? Nope.
Okay, that's
my apologies.
Fine. I mean, I'm still killing. I mean, we're still rocking and rolling, and I want to give. Wow, NEO just crushes through 28 right there, man. I mean, this is a $2. I mean, if you take it from the bottom, this is a $2 winner now in NEO, man. That's 10%. NEO, big, huge name, up another 6.5% today, and we're just rocking and rolling. We're long at 27.50 50 again for the second time. Obviously, we got stopped out there, but that's in the past. We now go bang, 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 all the way to the upside. We got to take some out now, man. This thing is going parabolic as you expected. And like I said, Neo, I think you and I are going to become great friends because I've got the reads on you, and I'm going to keep trading that one, no doubt about that. And talk about getting a read, man. We're on fire today. DraftKings all the way to the downside. This is now a $1.20 win for anybody that still has this. When we got out, I should have gone short again at that spot. Happened so fast. Downside right now on DraftKings. Upside right now on Neo. Man, everything's rocking and rolling. We're waiting for Fastly. It's coming close. Here we go. We're going to get into Fastly right now. Brendan, what's up?
Real quick, guys. Alcoa, another earnings name out aftermarket yesterday. They used to kick off earnings season all the time, but no longer. $12 there ended up being a problem on the bounce for AA, down 9%, guys.
I'm going to be all out of HBP, and this happened much faster than I anticipated. There's no way I'm going to think that the second time through in a push up, it's going to again test the high. It actually broke that 365 top. I was getting out basically at 365, which was the high of day. On the way back in when it failed to make a push to 4 even, I also just got out here at 362, guys. So all flat. It's again, if it puts in back-to-back, I was about to say back-to-back 10% moves, but the first move up was closer to 20% off the bottom. I'm going to defend a 315 to 325 all day long, and I'm going to short it. If it gets anywhere close to like $4, like 385, 390, something in that range, it's going to turn into a short. Speaking of which, Walgreens, I just mentioned that 337 level on Walgreens. I did finally get out in front of it, so we got the 30 cents on the first third of this position. It breaks 37. We'll get some out. There was a brief consolidation pullback around 75. So that would be the second target down, and then from there, you're looking at this pullback and the breakout price above that 36, so like 36 and a quarter. So there you go, 75, then 25. The next two targets down on Walgreens. Nothing against Walgreens, but it just sort of went up and down in this range multiple times. Let's see if we can't take advantage of it.
Yeah, good short. WBA there, guys. Okay. Yeah, someone. Oh, here we go. Some talk here. Thank you for directing all these on me, guys. Daryl, you know, look, you and I, great trading minds. We think alike. There you go, Daryl. I know you've been bigging me up the last couple of days. Thank you so much for all the calls. Man, these are real trades, man. These are real big trades. So glad that you have those with us, Daryl. BN, what up? Watched the FOMO video yesterday, and you're living it right now. Hey, man, just keep on watching it, man. Better than Softy, Neo? Yeah, right now. It is. We got crazy reads on Neo, and I think we're going to be hammering that one as we go. Like just outright there. Now we have 5% of our position left, so that's an 85 or 87 cent win there that we just took on Neo. I mean, what else do you want? Up from $2 winner down here. So yeah, more than $2. What am I talking about? This is a 26 even long down here, guys. It's at 28.40. We just got out, so that's $2.40 on the high side of that one. Oh, I did want to talk about Sorrento. We lost on that yesterday, but I just saw that Jim Cramer tonight, Mad Money, the CEO is going to be on there. I know Jim Cramer is a big fan of Sorrento, so I'm going to pick some up down here, give it back to VWAP or so, and then take it real for reals if it does break through 10-15. But this probably is that bump on Cramer, right? So back to the upside. So we do have it coming back down here to 975 if that does come through. But I do like this play. It does make sense to me. We're going to go long a little bit on this one, just small, and get out at 985 if it does crack. So 10 cents worth of risk to get up here to high side once again. So I believe right now we are worth that. Neo still going, everything making moves, man. Upgrades and downgrades time with Brendan. Let's go.
Hey guys, yeah, let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at so far this morning. Very red right across this board. Upgrades on this side, downgrades on that side. Nike trying to get back to positive territory was upgraded today. The cruise lines we were talking about a little bit, along with the airlines in negative territory, I should say, but Royal Caribbean receiving an upgrade. Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, a couple of names from earlier in the week. Fastly, the big one, obviously, on that side of the board with a downgrade as well. Let's go to Goldman here. We were mentioning this one over the past couple of days after earnings. Yeah, to the downside, but ended up 207 ended up being the level that held there at the bottom. So a $2 move off the low. We're trying to get back to positive territory on some of the banks. It's worth mentioning, not just Goldman, but multiple banks trying to get back to the upside here. Fastly, yeah, breaking that high from the pre-market, that little pivot there around that 91 area. So watch out for Fastly. What a move down here. It was 122, 123 yesterday. Wow. Big move down, to say the least, guys, for Fastly. Back to you.
All right, we're actually in Fastly there. We missed the 90 break. We only crossed up 10 pennies. 10 pennies was a good spread. Like, look, it would be fine right now, but unfortunately we do miss that. And then we take that 90.75 break upside. I just didn't want to have any more patience, so we did take it. Spread opened up huge there on the break. We should be long 90s, but we're not, so whatever, that's fine. We still have this long. I do like Fastly. I like it through 92. I really wanted to take it out on 92, but just the way it was going, man, we're still going to hold on to Fastly. So right now, long Fastly right here at 90.70, and we'll just see what it does. My out's going to be this 88 down here, so we're going to give this one $2 worth of room to the upside, see if it can breathe a little bit. First out, though, is going to be somewhere. If I can get around 92, we'll take it, as that was going to be my first in before we saw some action and changed our mind. So 92, first little leg out on Fastly, and then we'll see if it breaks that, what it does later on. But I've already given you multiple dollar winners. Let's see if we can get another one right now.
Just going to go target down, to our target downside on Walgreens Boots Alliance. So we'll line this one up and knock it out as well. Just got out at 36.80. There was a bit of a buyer. I was going to take like mid-70s, and I said 75 to you guys, but there was a level at 80, so I just went ahead and jumped in front of it at 81 and took the second third out. If it does make another leg down, we talked about this breakout point in front of 36.25, so it gets there. We'll be all flat for hopefully a dollar win in the final third. I'll now slide my stop, which would have been back at that 60 mark previously. Now we've hit a couple of legs, not to 37. I'll actually give it all the way back to like 37.25 to 30. This can only be, even the final third will be profitable unless slippage is much more than at least I would anticipate. So I do like this one still, and I want to hang on to it for further downside targets. I'm trying to get a pullback on that HBP, and it's going to be very, very binary for me on this name. And I think if it's going to give me opportunities to buy between 10s and 25 or 30s, I'll take it every time. And I'm going to be a seller. It hasn't actually broken 375, but if it does, I'm going to be a seller up there in front of that 4. Forget about how much it's up. It's a $4 offer. I don't anticipate it going any higher, especially with the board not approving it yet. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
The Foresight Autonomous, FRSX, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, 25% now, just made another day high here above that 115 area on another volume spike. You can see we were talking, they are in the EV space, but also doing some work in the rail division. So they secured more funding for their rail division work, guys.
All right, we're still watching this Fastly, man. It does take as high there as 41 there. There's 80 cents in the money. I'm waiting for more, of course. We're waiting for 92, like I gave that to you already. So a nice little win if you wanted to take off, like I said, 80 cents. But I'm going to wait for a little bit more on this push to the upside. And again, trade your own books, guys. Like, I don't know how many shares you have. You got to be comfortable holding. This is going to be a nut stock. It already is. So you got to watch out for Fastly today. Be comfortable with it, man. SRNE, we just take the 90 bid. We're going to give it back down here to 74. It breaks 74, we'll get out. I also want to take it high side if it does break 10.15 again. So right now, Sorrento, target out right around here, 10.07. We'll play off this little bump here. If we can get 15 cents on this, we'll do that, 10.05 for that. And here we go. If Fastly, I just needs to break 91.50, then I think we see 92. I do like Fastly, but it's a couple just little stops there at 91.40. You know what? Let's take out a third, and then we'll let the rest run, guys. Brendan, what up?
Neil leading in the EV space today, guys, but even the little ones getting dragged along with it. We were talking about these two yesterday. Both XPEV just made a new day high, broke 22. I'll flip over quickly to Li Auto, back in positive territory. Huge volume spike there, guys, as we just broke 21 for both of those.
All right, pigs get slaughtered, so we did take some out there. Now we don't even have, now I don't have any offers at 92. So now we'll wait to see how high it wants to go up. We just take out a third there for 61 cents, and now we'll wait for more. I know that's not a big win at all on Fastly, and that's fine. Like I said, trade your book. I gave you the in. We loved the 90 in. We missed it. That would now be $1.50 in the money. We had to pay up for it. 90.70. Let's go. Now we're getting excited to the upside here as Fastly looking to break through 92. I like 92 here, guys. I really hope you have this with us. The chart looks crazy, but 92, now you're not going to get on a daily chart. You got to go back a little bit here. 92 is this level right here that broke yesterday, 91.50. So we're at that level right now. Here goes 92, guys. This is $1.20 now in the money. So hells to the yeah. You haven't had many chicken dinner winners today. There's a floss, and boom, there's your chicken dinner winner for a nice little $1.50 win here on Fastly, and still moving to the upside. This is how we do it, man. Neo today, DraftKings today, Fastly today. Let's go.
Let's go staff. I talked about 195 being a potential bottom. It's rounding out here. I'm not going to take a long just yet, but if it does test a low, we're going to get back into this one. We did like a break initially if it got back above 250. I think you can sort of log that in at 225 now. This kind of a consolidation, volume is starting to drop off. It's going to do one of two things: break the low and be a short, possibly into the lunchtime, or give you a ramp up on volume to the upside. Just make sure there's an actual spike that coincides with any move up. Speaking of spikes in volume, SPI had one to the downside, and this is one, 13, if it breaks, let's go short. Short off of 12. I got no executions on it, but it's been a short all morning long. I hope anyone that was caught, well, if you're still long, you're probably in the money if you had it from yesterday, but at this point, if you haven't gotten out, my apologies to you. Certainly you should have by now. If it does want to try to hold this level here, I would at least consider on a spike on volume to take it through 10 even. Walgreens is catching a bit of a bid. You can see the market sort of grinding back towards the upside, or at least attempting to. Same thing is happening in Walgreens. I'm still holding short. It's not much of a pop. I'm trying to give it closer to VWAP here, which is basically break even for me, short at 37.42. I have a target for last year's out for the dollar winner on Walgreens. We missed the bounce the first time off 36. If I get a shot to reverse to the long off this same area here, I need to make sure it fails, or sorry, the short fails at 36.25 and doesn't even test the bottom. If it shows that kind of a strength at that low, I'll go into the long trade, but it's already made one good move off that level. Can't always assume it's going to be as good the second time through. HBP no longer wants to give me 325s long, so it looks like the only game in town might be to eventually short this thing if it takes out the top. If it breaks 375, $4 is the price you got to look at. I'm going to short 375, 380. I was able to get 30s the last time here. I was able to get 05s in the pre-market. I couldn't get anything down here the last time through, but it's been a good long all morning. The party might be over if we make another run at that high.
The party has just started over on this side, guys. Look at Neo, 97-cent winner, right? At Fastly, $2 winner right here. We're just running these things, man. Neo up to 96 now off of a 90 long, waiting for 10.05 there. Fastly, Neo, everything making that money now. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I can't do anything more than what we've done today. It's been a huge day for me, a big day yesterday, large day yesterday. For those of you that are watching the show, thank you for coming back, and thank you for continuing to support it. More people loving the energy. That's fantastic. We'll see if we get more for you. Fastly, I do have a sell now at 92.50. That was the high there, so we'll get out of another third if we can. We're long at 90.70, right? We're going to take $2 on this move. Remember the news, man. It's not great. So if we can get this runner, we'll take it. And then guess what? We'll just run that last third as high as we can. But right now, 92, having a little bit of a problem right now. Debating just taking some off in front of 92 and letting the rest run. So that's Fastly. If you see that come off, that's why. Having a problem here at 92. So I don't mind taking a $2 winner on this if we can get it. So, and it looks like we have it on board. So we'll take it off $92 or so Fastly.
Yeah, and staff breaks to the downside, so it does not get the move up. That's why I was sort of pausing and saying I'm not taking it long right here. I didn't want you guys to get the wrong impression. It needed to break that 225, so I wanted to be clear about that. We're now below that 190 mark. That means another short for me. If we're going to be short, it's going to be in front of 2 to 215. But once we're below that 195, I think it's a good place to get in. It's still up 136%, which I know can be a bit deceiving. But let's put things into perspective. It just gave back $1.50 from the high of day. That is a significant move in. It's definitely showing some sell action. So new short position in staff. I took it once off 250. Let's see if we can repeat that and have as much success down into this 150, 160 mark on STAF.
Yeah, and there it is, guys. There's Fastly. There's the out, guys. 92. So we take the out at 92. Now you go right to my price, 92.50. Okay, I see you, Fastly. But what I see even more right now, guys, ring the register here. Neo has just been a slap shot winner. Just keeps on going upside. We've absolutely destroyed this one. This may be time to get out, man. 20. I mean, how high can she fly? And it's still going upside, man. Check us out on Twitter. We've posted up there. All of our plays are going there. And follow. You'll see, hopefully you'll be able to see us there. Trader TV Live. I put the watch list that we have up there as well. Great trades today, man. And everything, man. Just look at it. $8, $93. I know we're waiting for you, Brendan, but I'm going to hit the chicken dinner winner one more time for all y'all, as we now have a $2 winner on Fastly, $3 winner on Fastly, and a $1.20 win on Neo, man. We can kick back, relax, sip some cognac, and let's go over to Brendan with small cap recap.
It is small cap time. Let's jump back to a couple of names we were talking about over the past couple of days and also in the pre-market if you joined us this morning. Sun W was one that I noted was kind of gapping up this morning in the pre-market. I couldn't find any reason as to why it was gapping higher, just back to the top end of this daily consolidation. If you remember, this is the one that went all the way to 850. And now we're back down to $3 once again. So 340 was just a little level here in the pre-market that gave you a nice shot at getting in front of not a huge trade, but very easily structured, out in front of 3 where we were trading yesterday on decent volume to the downside. So Sun W, got to watch those ones that had news prior, still kind of moving around on that. SPI, this thing was crazy. I couldn't have been more wrong in the pre-market on this one. I was very, very bullish on this in the pre-market, so I didn't touch it. 1380 kind of to 14 if you go out to the daily chart. A definite area of resistance prior to this. We got back down to 12 on the initial flush. Did give you an opportunity maybe there to get short, but got back down to 12, gave you an opportunity in front of 12 to be short. This thing making new lows now through $9.50, so $12 down to about $9.50 on SPI. AVXL, yeah, I'm done with this one. It's putting me to sleep. $5.50 here was support in the pre-market, ended up being resistance. Took a couple of shots at this. There's someone buying all of the shares at $5. So a big time buyer holding this thing above $5. So yeah, that's it. AVXL did give you an opportunity, but basically a flat trade for me, guys. Back over to you.
I like that one. Someone buying all of the shares. That's what I saw this morning on HPB at 305. That's what I saw at 325, 315, all the way upside. And we actually dropped a video yesterday. We filmed a video. One of the things we talked about was playing size. You'll see us show the level 2 all the time. So make sure you check that out when we eventually release it. Today, we're going to be dropping a video a little bit later on the chat here. You're going to be able to see the link on our Market Wisdom page. Top habits of successful traders, guys. And obviously, if you've been trading a long time, we've seen a lot of traders, not just ourselves. So we're going to not just talk about what we do, what those habits that work for us, but the ones that we've seen historically work for traders throughout our floors, the ones we've seen in our history. So it's a good one. Definitely tune in. Going to be some things that I think will hopefully resonate with you guys in terms of top habits that maybe you should incorporate into your daily routine or your lives. Staff starting to work to the downside for us here. And I'm literally like itching and chomping at the bit. And I'm going to go, whoops, that's Walgreens. Yeah, it's in the money. That's great. I'm still looking for a dollar target on that. But I want to go back over to that. Where are you? It is HPB. And if it, like I said, over and over again, I'm itching to short this thing. And it's not that, look, it's nothing against the company. It's just every single time it tests this top, you're getting these pullbacks. And it's starting to form a bit of a wedge, getting bullish. This should have a hard ceiling at 4, and if it gets there, I'm going to be shorting the heck out of it in front of that $4 range. It was a great long, but I feel like that party's done unless it gets a deep dip down into 325, 315, like I've mentioned. Walgreens, it is making a bottom, guys. It might not get that dollar win, but the 70 cents is going to have to be good enough. I'm not going long on a reversal. I'm only long in 36.25 if we get that.
Guys, again, thanks for the love on the energy, and we're going to keep on doing it. And by the way, you guys remember, hopefully, if you watched the show at 9 o'clock, I gave you DraftKings short. Should still be in it. We're not. The funny thing is, I remember even questioning myself when I mentioned that, hey, we could get to $45 today, guys, on DraftKings. This is when DraftKings was at 50, we called this, okay? It's now at 45.87. So there you go. Also, we talked about buying puts up here, $60. welcome to the fun side of trading. DraftKings to the downside, big time right there. Fastly, someone said, why don't we talk about Fastly? We've been doing that. It's my largest, well, Neo's my largest stock. Wow, Neo, 29.20. Like, I only have a small piece left. Look where we're buying this thing. Ding, 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 ding. All the way to the upside right now. $1.60 now in the money on NIO. Just check the bottom. You can see what we're doing. Look, Fastly up $3. Look right now. DraftKings up $1.09. Look at the numbers at the bottom. We actually got out. Look at Sorrento. Can I better this trade? I put it directly in everyone's face. Right here, Sorrento, 990 out, 10.04. That's a great little trade there. 14 cents on Fastly. So, I mean, on Sorrento, this is just a fantastic day. We just keep on going. Let's watch this go, go, go. And good call there. I think it was Cura something. I did retweet it, man. Yeah, that was the firm. You know, obviously showing my age, but that's what we're doing. I'm going to be dropping lines here every single day for you. So get ready. Hope you're enjoying not only the trading, but a little bit of entertainment on the side.
Was that a music? Was that like a song quote?
Yeah, the firm. They're a group.
Oh, you're talking about the firm, like firm biz. Okay, I know my hip hop references, that's for sure.
Yep,
I was chopping at the bit, so I got to jump into here. We just failed at 375, which is a bit of a psychological barrier. If you want to look at this HBP, I've only been going long, but I dipped in on the way back down, guys. 370 short. I'll be scalping it on the way down here to like 350 view up. At some point, it should consolidate and give you a base. But there really hasn't been big time size buyers that are above this 350 mark. If that happens, maybe I'll jump back into long in this name. It was great. We talked about it all morning long, but now I want to be shorting off that high. So nice little trade in the money, about like 10 cents right now. Looking for just a little bit more than that, and we'll try to get some out at least. Staff, watch out. If that takes out like that $2 level, got to get out of that one very, very quickly. And, I mean, I didn't anticipate it would be that big of a retracement on Fastly. It was negative news. I really wanted to be dip buying. I really wanted to pick something up if it actually broke down below that 85. There was a defensive low of the day and got a couple of bucks out of it, and wow, $8 to the upside. Now I'm starting to think about, okay, well, if it's bad news, where can you be a seller? Yes, that's real. Of course, we just came from a ridiculous drop off of like 25%. I'm looking at 95-ish, like 93.50 to 95. Could be a rollover zone. At some point, I do expect Fastly to return back southbound. It's just hard to predict where that's going to be. I want the selling to come in first and then test the waters going against this name.
As we take a nice little sip of coffee, guys, we're just chilling right now, man. I mean, you've seen the damage we've done today. It's been a good one for us. We still have this Neo. We should get it out. It just broke through 29. We come up to 29 again. Actually, this is a good little spot to get out right now. 28.75. You break through 28.75, we'll get out of Neo. And here it comes right now. So watch out to the downside here. We can't hold this all day. We've just been, I mean, this has been cash. And a shout out to Greg, our floor manager there, talking to me about some of these trades, giving me the mad love. So I'm going to give you love back, Greg. Thank you so much. And congratulations if you had this trade as well. Greg talking about having some of the same positions as I did. We did tweet these levels out. I did give you 27.50 early on in the morning on our watch list. So definitely grab that. Follow us all and you'll be able to see it. So great little moves there today for these names. So we'll continue to run it to the high side, and we're really glad that you guys love what we're doing here. Fastly, okay, so I did see some action here on Fastly. This wick got us out here, so we had some action to the downside. I'm looking to go long here, Fastly, 91-ish. I believe that 91, this is a good little level here. If we break back below 91, then we'll get out. But I think we're going to get Fastly right here and then hold it for just a little bit. See if we break through 91. Let's get some more Fastly, guys.
Yeah, just jumping over to this FRSX, it is still up 18%, and just looking at it, trying to retrace, at least for the first time today. 125 going to be that hard top. It hasn't really broken back down to a buck. That's always going to be a psychological level. So, you know, any shorts off of 125, that's going to be the target. It's going to be in front of a buck. But if it does make a lower high here, I would anticipate there could be a nice consolidation to work off of to the downside. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Another cloud name, guys, under pressure along with Fastly here. Net, Cloudflare. To the downside, we were talking about this one a couple of days back on earnings, but today, yeah, down 10% for Cloudflare as well. Just about to break 55-day lows for this one, guys.
Oh, man, like give me a break on Fastly, man. Like I missed that 92 long. Like I just said, where's the rewind button? I don't know where it is. Who cares? We are not reloaded there, but we'll wait, man. I wish we were reloaded there. I don't know what happened. We missed See, there we go again. Like these triggers, man. I keep getting in. Like I don't mean to be short here. We're short Fastly. I got to get out. Like these triggers are triggering me in on these downside wicks. So let's get out of this Fastly. Don't know what happened there. Bad trigger, guys. But we don't want to get short Fastly. We want to go the other way long.
Yeah, and look, it's starting to tighten up on this HPB. I said this all morning long. At some point, this stock is going to consolidate and give a tighter range. It looks like it's happening at the top. So I shorted once at 370. I short 369 here. Instead of getting like 15, 20 cents like I did the first time, I'm literally taking it out for like 5 and 10 cents. This is going to be an anticipation of what I think at some point will be a breakout through 375. When that happens, $4 should be a hard ceiling on this name. If it does break there, I will step away from it until I see some settling. It's probably a good opportunity if it actually goes parabolic off that. Look, you know what? If you want to do this, yeah, whatever. I'll just take that profit. Literally, as I'm talking, it flushes down to VWAP again, so we'll just keep on rinsing and repeating this price level, guys. I don't know what to say, but this one came out of nowhere, and it will slay the dragon on it, HPP. It wasn't necessarily on our watch list, but if there's something that isn't on our list, when we're going over the names between 9 and 9:30, we'll make sure we let you guys know live. Sometimes you get these late editions that we can't quite get to print for you, but if you're watching the show, you're going to know all about them. Big mover here, and the volume still screaming at 11 million on HPB.
Man, look at our friend Neo, man. It just keeps on ripping to the high side. I see DraftKings. Okay, yeah, see. So, like, we called going long here at 92. Like, it's $1.50 in the money. Hopefully, give me some shout-outs if you do have that one there. I can't use our stop orders anymore. They keep getting triggered on these D prints. So, that's why you see a little bit of action in here. I'm actually just flat the stock. It has affected what you see at the bottom there, but that's okay. We still do like this name, Fastly, to the long side. But, again, I can't trust the stop orders that we have, so I have to wait for this one to come back down. I'm going to take it again if we get to 92 and change. I like to get 92 teens if we can get that. So watch out for Fastly. 92 teens and then a 91 out right here if we break it. And let's just hope that we don't get a stop order issue once again. But that's Fastly, guys. We'll put some bids in right now.
I just want to jump back to a name from, and I've said this before, you should always look back to some of the names that are on the watch list or in play at least throughout the week. And MDRR was certainly one. Actually caught a bit of a bid this morning, which was not necessarily what I was expecting. It had already made its parabolic move up and retracement. But it's always worth looking at a level like this. Previous highs, 287. Bounces directly through there. Quick look at what the top of this move is. Any guesses, people? 286. So that's the type of thing that you don't want to miss out on. These day 2, these day 3 moves can be fantastic. Another value that you're going to find with our watch list on me. I should have been all over this. I traded and was looking at this stock yesterday, MDRR. And here we are, an obvious retracement there. If it does push off the bottom here, I'm definitely going to be shorting in front of that 285, 287 that we saw both on the daily chart and today's high. So it seems too obvious on MDRR.
Yeah, you got to watch out for some of those plays that looks too obvious. Sometimes they're exactly the opposite of that. So, okay, Fastly, we're looking to get long now. Here comes down to the teens. We do have a bid there at 17. We'll see if we get it on that one. What up, Beef?
Insurance group, guys. WTRE here on the NASDAQ, up about 9% and change here on decent volume as well. Huge move from 31.5 up to 33 and change now. JMP Securities with an upgrade on this one. Price target increase. That's all I can see. But having quite the day. This WTRE all-time highs, guys.
Ooh, I'm not familiar with that name, that's for sure. And we're not going to be familiar with many of them because Brendan bringing kind of the names that are in play, right? So you're going to get random names there. Good look on that one. Thanks, Brendan. We'll have a look there. I'm beside myself that we're not long Fastly more. We took out the hammer. You guys know that. You saw how excited we got, so we hammered it. Where's the hammer? Can I find it? We have so many new things here. We take out the hammer there and hit it right here, 90.70. We waited all day for that one. We tried it early, missed. Then we hammered it back. Nice little profits. Took it out up here on the high side. Now it's ripping. I gave you 92 long as well. This is now $2 in the money. Hopefully some of you have that trade. Fastly making moves, guys. Brendan?
Twitter, guys, just watching Twitter here at day lows, down 2.6%, just about to break that day low, in fact. Not a lot of volume on Twitter today, but President Trump on Fox just talking some lawsuits or the possibility of lawsuits against Twitter because they blocked his campaign account. So just watching Twitter there through day lows. Valeria is watching what is going on over in Europe this morning. About an hour left. V, what's up?
Hey Brandon, European Stock 600 index is on track for its worst day in more than 3 weeks. In terms of individual names, Swiss drug maker Roche confirmed its full year 2020 outlook, but still fell more than 3%. Back to you.
Yeah, everything under pressure right across the board, especially some of the European names. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Brennan. Back to HBP. And look, if it's going to give a dip, it's put in higher lows every single time. I managed to catch it one time on this 330 bounce. I tried to get it at 20s, tried to get it at 25. I missed it the second time it gave a flush. Like I said, it keeps on putting in higher lows and to what I anticipate will eventually be a bit of a floor. So I pick up some at 340, anticipating that move, get out in front of VWAP. I'm still thinking we can get another test at that 370 high. So I will hang on to some long, and I'm long in front of 315 to 325. All day on this name until it proves me wrong. I want to go back over to Walgreens here. It's still working in the money for me, but it's starting to run out of steam just a little bit. Anytime you see this sideways action, this hard consolidation off of what was one of my targets, if I thought there was a reason why it would be stalling out at 36.75, I'm going to move my trail here to 37. It's a reasonable thing to do here. If it breaks back up, maybe there's another consolidation that we can play off of, but you don't want to sit there and be sort of, not that it's married to the position, but you don't want to ignore price action. The market is continuing to flush back down here, and Walgreens seems like it's catching a bit. It had positive earnings. You want to look at something like that and then anticipate that, yeah, you know what, I want to lock in this profit. If it breaks a low and I want to get in again, I can just short through that bottom break. So lots of flexibility in that trade. So I get rid of my target out. If it breaks the low, then I can see where it does terminate and get out manually. Otherwise, if we break 37 even, I'm going to lock in the profit on this short at 37.42. To go back over to another name which has been in play all morning long, SPI starting to make a bit of a floor here. Volume is tapering off. It's in front of 9 even. The low in pre-market was 831. So if there's going to be any secondary push to be had, it's going to be off of that level, I do think. If it breaks back above, let's call it 10 to 10.15, I think that's where you could get a potential squeeze. I would look to take that out, definitely in front of VWAP. 13, I think, would also be hard resistance if you want to think it can possibly go further than that, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're not into anything right now. We're just waiting, and I'm still pissed off about fasting. We should be long that name, but we're not, so that was a mistake on me there. So full responsibility taken for that trade. We'll wait to see if that does come through again. I'm bidding that 92 teams. Talking about that over and over again. I really, really hope that. Okay, yeah, good. You guys are very, very good. Very, very happy with everybody here today. Thank you again. Searching Life. Search no farther. You found us, guys. My mic is fine, but you guys don't have it up, I guess. Okay, there it goes, guys. Thank you so much. I was just talking about Searching Life. You picked up Neil late, but you still crushed it. Good job there, guys, as we go. Yeah, I don't know. Mike not working, guys, so...
apologies for that. If Sean's just come back from a little bit of a break, which we got to do. This is live. We can't control absolutely everything. We do our best. Our team does a fantastic job, but we'll get Sean's mic working. Staff could be the hit of the day here for me. 2 ways here, and obviously maybe should have had this short a little bit earlier. I talk about catching it when it starts to sell off. So there was an opportunity out of 3, which I'll own up to. Usually I'm going to have that trade. I have to get the 250 break instead. I had a stop and was going to be at 210, but much like what's going on in Walgreens, sort of bouncing back to the upside, and that actually just triggered me out on the way back up. Same thing happening on Staff. So I got to tighten this up to $2. One of the things you can do to have the same level of risk in the trade is if you're moving your stop down, but you still think it's worth the same amount of risk, just get into the corresponding amount of shares you need to so that the loss is about the same, you're risking the same, but it's a tighter stop in the case that it's going to break up. So that's all I've done here. It's not a dramatic change to the structure of the trade. My price a little bit better, but if it breaks out $2 instead of $2.10, I'm going to be getting out. Brennan, what's up, bud?
Replimune, guys, 2 days in a row here for Replimune, REPL. A couple of upgrades on this name. Wainwright and BMO raising their price targets for REPL. It's a biotech that's focused on the cancer space. They presented some positive data for one of their therapies yesterday. Had a huge move all the way up to 45. We're kind of just sitting here at 41. It already tested 44. So REPL, if you notice that one, up about 13% so far, guys.
I really wish I could find my way back into DraftKings, man. DraftKings today, feeling like Superman for some of those calls that we gave you on DraftKings. I mean, we were short this thing all the way, man. 48 and change all the way down to 45. And I gave that Superman call 45. I didn't actually believe it myself, but there it is, man. 45.12. Wow. That was just an insane call, actually. So really happy with that one. Now we're going to look to see if we can't go long. It's making a base down here, 45.80. So I think it's a little overdone, but again, we know what this name can travel and can travel quite far. So we'll wait to see, man, on DraftKings. Would actually like to see it back above 46.75, closer to VWAP before we take any breakouts. But I did kind of like this level here to hold 45.75. If you want to give it a little bit more room down here, 45.50. So a nice little possibility here for DraftKings to hold this 45.50 level. I'm going to try along if it takes out this top again, 46.20. So we'll try along at 46.20. Would love to get more down here, 45.80, but this is a decent trade, I think, for me, 46.20. We'll give that a go and see what it wants to do. Better at 47, though, up here. If we can get DraftKings up here, I like it a little bit more. That's DraftKings. We'll look at 46.20. Needs to break it. Otherwise, we'll wait for a couple bids down here, 45.80.
So I just talked about the tighter stop on staff and just broke to the upside. So I'm going to be out when it breaks to even. I'd be very careful if I was. I'm not short anymore. I've taken 2 shorts. Wouldn't be 1 for 2 on it. But I would be very careful shorting down here. The volume is starting to pick up back to the upside. I was looking at a 225 for a break, potentially getting another test at that 250 level. Might have to think that it could be like a 210, 212 where the stop was before, because things are starting to juice up just a little bit in staff. If it does hold a test of this 180 level again, that could be a bit of a base as well for you to get into a bit of a long trade. I want to go back over to Roku, and again, I don't know. I don't want to speak for you here, Sean. I know I haven't traded it today and was on the watch list, but starting to slide back down and looks like it wants to test this 225. It's been a higher low all morning. 1, 2, now maybe a third time we're testing this price area. If it breaks down, you do have to concern yourself with the pre-market low and the opening range bottom. But that's like $1.50 to $2 away. So if the market wants to slide back down, Roku is down. It has been a solid flyer, and you're getting a couple of days worth of a pullback. We already identified like a 219 to 221 area of support. All that adds up to, I think we can take a 225 short here for a bit of a scalp. And then if it does break that low, you're right into that support level we're mentioning on a weekly support level, if you want to look at it, that 219 to 221. So I got my order ready to go here, 225. We'll short Roku. Hopefully it'll come in, but it has to break that price for me to get short. I'm not shorting right now. I'm shorting if it breaks 225.
Yeah, I was looking. I mean, I guess it all depends on what we think of this market here. Tesla looks like it could easily break to the downside here. Tesla, it just resists this 446 level there. I like 447.50, which is right here on Tesla. 447.50. We tried it, and then it broke. No, it's actually right here. 447.50. It broke, went all the way down to 446. We're going to try that one more time. 447.50. Let's take a Tesla short and only giving it back up to this range. So it's only going to be about a $2 worth of risk here for Tesla short, just in case this market does fall down. 447.50. Right now, though, it's Mr. Wicken's time at the big screen with Sector Watch.
Hey guys, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500. Pretty red board once again, right across the entire sectors today, 1.1%. So we did try to get back up to about 0.5% to the downside, but back towards the lows now, unfortunately. Let's figure out what's leading. Industrials, first off, you can see all the airlines, travel names in and amongst this group: UAL, ALK, AAL, Love, and Dow. UPS and FedEx there as well, obviously to the downside along with that group. They ran away on me. They're over here now. VRTX, news on that one today, 18% to the downside. Gilead, Biogen, Merck here, all of the pharmaceuticals getting hit today. These just 1 to 2%. VRTX, a lot more than that, 18%. Way over in the corner, energy stocks, and then right over in the corner here, communication stocks. Twitter here, 3%. Was just mentioning President Trump talking about possible lawsuits against Twitter because of blocking his campaign account. Dish right beside that, 3.5% to the downside. So that group under pressure as well. Let's talk about tech shares, though. They've been in charge to the upside over the past couple of sessions today, leading in negative territory. MSI here in positive territory, 2.75%. That's really all worth noting as far as positivity. Everything else in this group very negative. Industrials, we talked about the airlines here, the second leading group to the downside. HII, FLS, and WAB, all 2+%. Just wanted to point out the banks here. Some strength coming from the banks only, though. Schwab having a nice day, 3%. USB, FITB, and FRC. Everything else, there are a few here under pressure. Goldman, one of them we mentioned, down 1 full percent. WFC down there as well, 1.8%. But yeah, we're heading southbound again, 1.15% for the S&P, guys. Back over to you.
Yep, we're going to wait on Tesla. So we're short right now, right here, and we just got it, man, 447.50. You can see, well, we got at the beginning of that little segment there, so thanks, Brendan, for that. We're going to give it up to 449.50 or so, so we're $2. That was roughly what we talked about there for Tesla. So I actually have downside targets of much lower than that. I talked about 440, 442, maybe coming in if we drop this down for a couple more minutes. Let's try a 5-minute chart here. This is that 442 level right down here. Again, it's nothing super significant. I just don't know if we go all the way to 440. So let's take it off a little bit early. 442. That may be too early, but again, I could also get stopped out of this for a $2 loss. So we'll wait. But 445, also not a horrible spot to take out of half. Let's just wait to see if the NASDAQ does fail here, which I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's trying to push these lows right now. So we'll wait to see if it does break the lows. Then we know we do have something there. By the way, DraftKings right now into that position, and not a bad one right here. We did average in. Let's go upside here, 45.50. Nice little average in. So right now our price is 73. So it's at 85, 86, 87. Probably worth taking some out. Let's take 14 cents out here, 15 cents, 25 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. Good trade here on DraftKings, moving upside. 25-cent win right now on DraftKings. Wow, okay. Here we go. Nice win on DraftKings. Was not expecting this one. Let's take some out.
My hero.
I was expecting this one on HPB. Just didn't think it would happen this fast. Got a bit of a range bottom. You can see I've been bidding this one 335, 340. I was able to get the 40s, not the 35s. It bounces back up. I'm still anticipating it settles. I would like it if it settles at this 375 mark so that it can eventually break it and we can short in front of a 4 even. But I'll keep taking 15, 20-cent wins on this name off of all of these higher lows that it keeps putting in. Look, it was as simple as a buyer literally tipping their hand at 305 this morning, or just in front of it, 305, like 303, 304, jumping up to 315. That's why I held some. I wasn't able to get a re-entry till 330 and now 340. At some point, I think it takes a top off at 375, and then there's a hard ceiling at that 4 even. I did get into a Roku for the first time, at least anyways, on a break of 225. Let's see if it can hold below VWAP. The market trying to make a bit of a bottom here and bounce back to the upside. So that remains to be seen. I got to go back over to Walgreens Boots Alliance. Why not? Let's say the full name there. Don't usually do that. I'm going to get this tighter stop, and then this consolidation here is the reason why I'm going to get out when it does bounce to the upside, because I don't want it making a strong push. It's on positive news. This is a short retracement play and a reversal. If this is going to be a floor, I can always get back in if it breaks the bottom of this channel. Otherwise, I didn't want it running all the way up and screaming into break even. I don't take my profit. For the time being, it does look like it's a bit of a floor on Walgreens off of this 36.70. So that's the reason to get out, despite the fact that I was still with the trend. You have to be a little bit flexible. That's just the way I like to trade. If you're still holding it, fantastic. You still have a good short on, and you're not out of the money, and it hasn't really broken. I just like the opportunity to get back in if it does flush along with the market.
Yeah, come on, Tesla. We're really waiting for Tesla to go here, $1 in the money. And I did want to give a big shout out here. The monkey shiner. I was just saying that I think all the viewers like big winners. So here we go. Was riding fastly short. Would not have reloaded without your input. Thank you so much. The monkey shiner continues to shine it up. Thank you for that super chat as well. Very, very nice. And yeah, man, I've been long fastly. I've loved it through 90, loved it through 91. Unfortunately, we're out of that name. But what we're not out of is right now Tesla making moves downside. I gave you 445. We'll see if that's only $2. I'm looking for a break here of the NASDAQ down to 442. Let's see if we can't get another $5 winner. Oh yeah, check this one out. DraftKings, bang, bang, bang. Upside surprises. 27 cents in the money on that one. And now $2 now in the money on Tesla. Let's go. We're just keep on feeling like Superman today, Brendan. Give it over. Let's go.
One we don't talk about very often, guys, but Steve Madden popping up here on a volume scanner. You can see a huge volume spike just came in there through 21.75. Kind of top end of the range of the daily chart. They updated their current quarter earnings in about a week for Steve Madden. So they updated their current quarter a little better than expected, even with the pandemic. So shoo, guys popping up.
I don't think you're allowed to talk about Steve Madden without at least referencing the Wolf of Wall Street, very entertaining film. To say the least, if you haven't checked that one, I mean, wow. I mean, it's a little bit of fun. Not that trading is anything like that these days, but certainly worth a watch. An interesting story. I want to get back to SPI here. It does continue this consolidation, so nothing has changed in terms of me looking at a bit of a breakup. The only thing you have to consider, if it's going to make a break here, and I was looking at previously like 10, 10, 15, it looks like it might be $10, could be worth it here, or $9.80. You just want to make sure there's volume to the upside corresponding with that move. It is starting to taper off. It's still on 41 million, but this is what I'm talking about. Grinding lower, lower, and lulling you to sleep. If it does break out, we've seen this play happen time and time again in the afternoon, where you get a secondary push, so you wait for the volume to come in, you have your stop level ready to go, and then you participate in that upside, hopefully to 12 or 13 around VWAP. As far as staff goes, yep, I should have stuck with the short. Interestingly enough, even if I hadn't gotten out, there's a good chance this wick right here, which didn't actually happen, would get me out of the short. It's now looking like that 180 is going to break. I was looking to get back in if that happens. So there we go. There's the break at 180. And because, I don't think it's actually SSR, but actually got it on the way back up instead of on the way down there. So 79 is in the short, back into STAF staff. Now time to go to Money Talks. Brennan is at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. A little bit of US dollar strength coming back into play once again today. We've been talking about some weakness across the board throughout this week when it comes to the US dollar, but you can see a lot of things in negative territory here because of a little bit of a pop in the US dollar. I want to start with Australia and New Zealand here. You can see they're both down significantly today, 1.3%, 1.1%. Australia out with some jobs data overnight that was much worse than expected. So big tumble here you can see on the chart, from 71.5 all the way down to about 70.5 once again for the Australian dollar. If you remember going back a couple of weeks, we had that big fall from 73 down to 70 even. So working its way back down towards that 70 low for the Aussie, 70.5, 1.3% as I mentioned, 1.1 for New Zealand. Top end of the board here, the euro down 0.4, Canadian dollar 0.8% to the downside today. As I mentioned, some US dollar strength, 75.5 once again for the Canadian dollar. British pound 0.8% back below 130. We were talking about 130 yesterday being a little bit of a support area. The Swiss franc and Japanese yen not really doing a heck of a lot. Cryptos, yeah, same story. Not really doing a heck of a lot so far today, guys. Back over to you.
Thank you, Brennan. Just gonna throw up the 3-minute chart here. Like I had one trade, well, 2 trades and only one area on NEO that I was watching, but now it's gonna be this retracement here, so I'm gonna have to get into position here as it is sort of breaking this 28.50 area back into the downside. It's just a profit-taking thing. When it goes this far, I like to be able to read points of selling. There was a good one off the open. It does feel like this is gonna be a nice price area to be able to take it off of this, not double, triple, whatever you want to call it, top at 29. So short at 42, I would take more shares in front of like that 50, 60 area and work it back down into this 28. So NEO, new position alert for me to add to Roku and staff, which we just got back into a second ago.
All right, guys, and there it is. Electrifying the market right here is Tesla. We go short there at 447.50. I saw it bounce just a couple times here at 445. So we did get out at 445.50, cashing in that $2. We still have half, but pigs get slaughtered, and we don't want to be one of those today. So good trading today so far, guys. You've seen all the stocks I've had, and it's just been a big day for us today. So yeah, 447.50. Right now, we're still short Tesla. We just took some profit out. Let's cash this in. We're still waiting for 442 on the downside. But yeah, big trades. Look, I can be bearish and bullish, and not at the same time. Actually, yes, at the same time. Because right now, look at DraftKings, guys. 30 cents in the money on the long side. Big pickup there. Tesla, $2.50 now in the money on the downside. Well, I mean, depends which price you take. We just cracked down to 4. Here we go. Now even moving lower, lower, lower. So now you're $2.50 in the money. Watch out. I still got this target on. Where am I going to get out of Tesla if this becomes a problem? Well, it's not a problem. We're already out of half. So that's going to be a big win. Let's just make sure that we get out here looking at a little bit of a longer time frame. 447. I'm just going to get out if it comes back up above 447. This is a nice cascade down. Let's see if it continues. We'll make sure we capture some profits. But bang, it's a chicken dinner winner. We've got it on right now. A $3 winner right now on for Tesla. A 30-cent winner on for DraftKings. And look, man, we can sit back. We've already used 444 is going to break right now. Tesla to the downside. Let's keep on going, guys. $4 winner. Holla at your boy.
And there goes the rollover as well. So Tesla works to the downside, EV makers, and I think so to piggyback an idea, we've seen this time and time again where Tesla has dragged down the entire space. And if NIO was already looking to be, I'm not calling it overbought, but if it was already looking to roll over off that 29 failure, that's just another reason to hang on to some shorts here. So I'm actually going to cancel at least one of my bids, see if we can get a VWAP retracement. I've already taken a couple of legs in front of that 85, or 28.50 that I mentioned. A couple of legs out here in the 30s. If it does tick down to 28, I'll take another leg out in front of that even dollar price level. And then you have VWAP sitting here nicely at about 27 3/4. I definitely take a little bit more profit. If we can get some consolidation a little bit higher, maybe we can dip back into some shorts as well. I still have that staff trade. It's only worth a couple of pennies in the money, up or down. I want to hang on to that one because it feels like the trend could start to turn southbound on STAF very nicely. And speaking of staff, I'm going to need you, Matthew Stafford, this week because if what you say is true about, you see DraftKings moving around the place, but if Atlanta is canceled, bad news for the NFL, bad news for me on my fantasy team too.
Yeah, to the short side here with Tesla. We're just putting this out for you on the World Wide Web so you can go and find that one, guys. Big time short position here on Tesla. Really super happy with the way this one's working out, man. And that's the thing. When you're feeling it, you got to sort of start to put on risk, and you take that out. Yeah, now this is what we do, man. 46.50, I've adjusted my stop. I want to make sure I take $1 on the last bit right here, guys. 46.35, we give it a little bit more room up to 46.50, but this is a nice little win for us still going. This is why we get out of DraftKings. We still have 40% left, though. Coming now back to the downside, I'm going to dump this one right here. This is right where we're long, 45.60. So if it goes below 45.60, we're going to get out of DraftKings and just take the hit because it has faded back in right now. So DraftKings, nice little momentum play to the upside. Let's take off another 20% right now if we can for this 20 cents, and then wait to see if it does fade back down. I did not like that break right there. What up, B?
Once a high flyer and once a pretty epic short squeeze we had on the show. MTC here up again today, 19% on decent volume. Keeps popping up here on a volume scanner, 3-day highs, but immediately gets sold back down. They had a bit of a run late in the day yesterday. Not seeing anything in the way of significant news, but 2 days in a row here to the upside for MTC, guys.
And that's not the first time we've seen a name like that. Going to dip back into some more shares here as a bit of a pop. I talked about 50s to 60s on NIO, so I will reload on that rollover trade. We talked about DraftKings. We have not mentioned Penn in a while. It does feel like it is nearing, and the only reason it's interesting is it's just put in a higher low here. If the market tries to rally, you might see a sympathy push back to the upside here in Penn, which has held somewhat decently in this little flush here that we have to work off of. So just looking at Penn for the first time, I know we talk a lot about DraftKings, sometimes neglected Penn Gaming. If there's any news that does hit the sector, watch out. This could take the low and might trail DraftKings just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, Penn's been a big one. We keep talking about that as well. We're almost out of Tesla. Look at the market making moves back to the upside here. We're no fool. We're going to get out here for that dollar winner. We already put $2 plus in our pockets on that move. That was a good out, 445. Now we'll wait to see if it's going to give us backside, 446.50. We'll get out of that one, put that last dollar and call it 3 in our pocket on that name. So a good trade, half out here for $2. And we'll take the other half out if it does break above this 46.50 level. Again, I always play off 50s, 75s, and even, so that's why. Look, we can take it out again right now for $2. We'll wait to see. I called 442. It got as low as 443.70. I'm going to say that's not too bad and put a little feather in our cap and floss that off. Hopefully you guys watch that play. And here goes DraftKings. My bad, guys. Got a little nervous there. Took it out for 10 cents. Now we hold the last half. We've got 20% on. I said on a couple interviews I've done lately that I'd learn to hold more, not only for you guys, but for myself. So here we go to the upside. DraftKings now breaking to the upside. And yeah, we're super happy, man. What a big day this has been. We just keep on cashing in. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. What I enjoy is a European update. Let's see what's going on with Miss V.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. Europe all negative today. Britain is down 1.88%. Germany is down 2.89%. Russia is down 1.81%, and Switzerland is down 2.37%. Lonza Group is one of a few gainers on Stock 600 as it forecasts a double-digit sales growth. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
Two updates here. First one, NEO reload in front of that 75. I think Sean mentioned the quarters. I like the quarters as well. If it breaks that, I don't necessarily anticipate it's going to go back above 29 if I'm shorting it, but that's going to need to stop. I think 29 is going to be its own level. But SPI, we talked about this. If there was a volume spike corresponding with any move back through $10, obviously if you just took the 10 break, great, you were in the money. I wanted to make sure that there was actually some volume churning up here, so I picked some up at 10.23. I want to add to it if it breaks 10.25, which it looks like it's going to do right about now. Hasn't quite done it yet. Maybe add some more shares if it doesn't get definitively through. Just a bit of a, this is what I'm talking about here. There is a bit of, it's not size. It's really only like 7,000 shares, which is not a lot when you've done 44 million. One of the things that we talked about is relative size yesterday in our educational segment, and that's a perfect example. It looks good on level 2, but really, in retrospect, 44 million shares, 70,000 is nothing. So I want to defend these higher lows. First, it's going to be at 980. Obviously, I'm not going to hold this to the absolute bottom at 930 against this trend, but I wanted SPI to pick up in volume. It has, so I get in true to my word to that long. 1024 for now. If it does break above and hold above 75, that's where I'll add.
At William, yeah, I'm charging it up right now. DKNG, you are right there on the chat. Let's just keep going with DraftKings, guys. DraftKings now 30 cents in the money, breaking highs. Okay. If you're going to be responsible, I think the best thing, which I'm not going to be here, the best thing to do, I think, is 46.20. We've seen that high. Get out if you have a big position. I only have 20% left. If you still have the majority of your shares left, I'd dump half even now. But if you like it a little bit higher than this, 46.10, 46.15, do not get greedy, my friends. There's lots of money to be made in this market, that's for damn sure. And talk about getting greedy. We're back in the money right now on another chicken dinner winner here. Tesla downside again. We hold. We call that perfect out right there. What a perfect out that was. We did not get executed. Now it comes back down to the downside. Watch out to see if this one can't be another chicken dinner winner for you guys. Another $2 spot right here. 35 cents win on DraftKings, and we're going to look for $2 plus on Tesla. Did I say $2? I meant $3 right now on Tesla. That's it. Explode the money, guys. Follow me to the promised land. I'll take you there. It can just sometimes be a little bumpy.
Well, usually a bumpy road in the market doesn't only go straight up or straight down. I've only actually taken shorts on NEO, so the only way you're going to be profitable on a stock is to have some outs. If it breaks 29, I think it's obviously going to be a bullish sign. First short, very, very muted win. The second short's going to take out this level here at 75. If it breaks 29, fair enough, but I think that's going to be a separate trade. I'm going to like it a heck of a lot better if it fails to break there and get through the high of day. I just wanted to see if the rollover could get us to VWAP first. It does not. You don't want to fight NEO too hard. I think that's going to be a bit of a losing game. I did get back into, and I'll always sort of come back to this for you guys just to update you. I don't think it's going to, HBP is going to be as volatile, but I did also mention when it does level off and give me consolidation, I'm just going to play that range, and it was good at 340 the last time, able to take some out at 50, some at 55, and some at 60, able to get back in here at that same 340 level. The difference here is normally on a pure momentum play, I'd be getting out if it broke the bottom. No, not this time. I'm still going to be defending 25 and 15. I like this long all the way through the low end of this range where we started at 305 because of a buyer that showed up in the pre-market. It is an all-cash offer that they got at $4 even. That's why I wanted to be short in the top. I only did it twice at 370 because I was waiting for like 385, 390. It never came, unfortunately, but if it does, I promise you I will be short.
Okay, I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Neil Roberts is a robot. I assume that's going to be a compliment.
Arun's a robot.
Yeah, Arun is a robot.
Arun's a robot.
That's why I was wondering there, guys. Yeah, okay, that's Arun the robot. But no, just playing around. I'd like to have fun with you guys there on the chat. So, and sometimes in trading, it's good to be robotic, right? Because you got to have those orders sitting in there and following rules, man. And I think that's what Neil, myself, and Brendan all do really well here. And again, we talk about that all the time when we get our questions. Oh, by the way, it's coming up, guys, to our question and answer. If you're a member, the last Monday of every month, maybe we can find out the exact date, but we're going to do that live in the afternoon. We'll post it as it comes closer, but anybody that's a member for just $5, you're going to be able to pick our brains for an hour or so on the last Monday of every month off the show. So hopefully that's a little treat there. We've brought that to you guys a couple times now, and that's just to give back to our members. 445.50. I'm still going to give it all the way back up here, Tesla, but you could get out for $2 win now. It's bouncing around. It doesn't really want to break this 444. We're going to see if it does, though, later on. 46.50, still my out. And then look what DraftKings is doing, guys. I just told you 46.08, 46.10. It's come up there 3 times. You may want to get out if you have a big position. I'm only 20 cents, 20% in and left on that. And I'm just giving it back to where I got in, man. 45.60. If the last 20% gets me out for flat, DraftKings, still a very, very big stock. Someone said, what does chicken winner dinner mean? It doesn't really mean anything. Just something kind of funny that I thought we came up with anyways that I always hit. So chicken dinner winners was just another idea that we had there. And it means a good trade. So let's keep going on that one. Neil coming back nicely now, I see. And I guess it didn't break your 29, a good spot to get reloaded.
Yeah, but also Fastly's rolling over, and it's a very similar chart, guys. So I want to make sure we don't stray too far away from this name, which should be heavily on everyone's mind, given the breadth of this move here. And it looks, as much as it looks impressive, that little bounce here, let's keep things in some context. I was looking for 95 to hold. It did sort of kind of maybe possibly do that right here. So we're going to see if we can't get a similar trade that we're looking at for in NEO. Fastly, just a bit of a seller. Shoot, level 2, guys. Just a bit of a seller popping up here at 92.85. I don't know if it's actually going to move the stock, but we talk about it wanting a seller to trail down. If I see this 185 here, 15,000 shares. If I saw that trail down and move down like I just saw, that's sometimes a good reason to work off of a level like this, but you want to make sure it's real. And what I mean by real is when it comes up to that price where they take any fills, they immediately pull. I actually just saw it pull, so I don't know if it's going to be a real order. If I see it come up again, maybe I'll give it some juice.
Yeah, and where you like it there. Yeah, good call. And again, you see what we're talking about here, guys? I mean, we can't keep doing this over and over. I mean, we can keep doing it, but we're telling you, we got levels in mind, right? You got to stick to your rules and what's happening. So if you break your rules, then, that's where you sort of defer from, finding winning strategies and whatnot for you, because you can't back test. You can't say, oh, I had a big day today when maybe the trade was a fluke. You got to stick with your plan. And on that note, look at all these dark prints here on Fastly. Very, very nervous for me because I'm using our stop orders. And just to let you know, man, like I'm trying, I shouldn't be using them right now. I got to find a better one to use. But I'm waiting for 91.70 to break. So 91.70, which is about here. I don't want to wait for this ultimate bottom. I'm kind of waiting for up here, 91.70, which is right here to break. So Fastly's been a good stock for me today. We did have a couple errors with those stop orders coming through. So I'm going to find out a better stop to use on that one if we can. And there goes Tesla. Guys, pigs get slaughtered. But you know what? We're going to pop a wheelie for this trade, man. $3 we took out there on Tesla. Who knows if we're going to have the best trade on that one or not. But we could have ultimately taken out a couple dollars lower. But we traded it, waited for it, got out. So either way, man, Tesla today, not a jaw dropper, but we picked that one up through the weeds. Good trade there, a little undercoverness there on Tesla. Apple's still falling, but I like Apple here at 120.
Yeah, watch out. The size did come back. So I do jump into that Fastly short, and the size showed up again and just got filled. So if it's going to take out this lower high, I don't like the fact that you just had some big order flow 2-3 times taken out. One time, I think maybe it pulled. It was really, really quick. My judgment was that it pulled. It might have gotten filled. In that case, it's even a little bit more bullish here. So watch out for that 94. I definitely want to see if we can hold this little this lower high. If it can't, I'm holding off on going back into a long, and yeah, it stinks. I had long at the bottom here, and I probably should have held it, but I wasn't anticipating this strong of a move. I'll get back in if it takes off the top. That's actually not 95 even, it's 94.50. And apparently, it's winner chicken dinners from a movie. Okay, I actually didn't know that. I thought somebody said it on the show, and then a graphic came of it. I think Sean mentioned it, and then a graphic got made, and we just sort of ran with it. No clue. Thank you guys for letting us know that it came from a movie. Usually I know a bunch of movie quotes because I have useless facts in my head, but that one certainly new for me. I'll get you guys back over to what is going to... I should knock on some wood here, but what is probably going to end up being my most heavily traded stock today, and until it stops doing this, I got to keep taking these longs in HBP. We take some more shares, 35s and 40s. Able to get some out. I'm going to go 45, 50, 55, 60. If it gets to 75, I'm going to start shorting this name. I said that a couple of times here. If it breaks lower, fair enough. I'm still looking to defend 15s and 25s. If someone wants to buy this thing for $4, I kind of believe in the long, especially off the levels I saw this morning. Brennan, what's up, bud?
Just noticed Lemonade, recent IPO. Lemonade back to the upside here. We held 62. Looks like volume coming in back to the upside through 63 for Lemonade. 7% to the downside for this one today. Credit Suisse initiating coverage with an underperform rating and a price target of 56 on Lemonade. So some downside possible for LMND, guys.
Yeah, so all that chicken dinner winner talk there. I never took credit for making it up. I just something that I like, that I've been using since day one there. Got the team to make a graphic, and we love it. Look, I mean, I've been to, if you can't tell, I've been to casinos before, and obviously a sports gambler as well. Like to use that terminology for any time you're betting and you're winning, and it's a beautiful winner, and it's like chicken dinner winner. It's just one of those sayings. It's kind of cute and funny, so we use it if you're just joining us for the first time. That's what we're all about on here, and we're about winners, man. So those are the chicken dinner winners. I'll find that. Neil likes to use gift horse, things like that. We have some fun things. If there's anything else you guys want us to animate or think it's kind of funny, I saw loser drink the boozer or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully we don't have that. I like to just put stocks in the gates of hell and things like that.
Yeah, I love that one. I don't know where my gates of hell is, but spicy meatball time. Why not? You know what, you guys? Spicy meatball was working. And this happened before here, Sean, and then now it's like the glass of milk. And I know you guys mess with me, and we have
put it in the gates of hell.
But the gates of hell does work, so let's try to
Neil's
put Fastly.
in the gates of hell.
Let's try to put Fastly in the gates of hell. I'm trying to get out. You look at this 91, call it 91.25, 91 quarter. You look at this sort of double pullback bottom on the way up here. Ignore these wicks to the downside. That's what Sean's talking about, these dark pool prints. I want to get out some of this short in front of it. So if I can take out just over $1 winner on the way back into 90 even, I'm going to go ahead and do that. It hasn't broken there yet, but anticipation of another bounce off this exact same price a third time, which is going to be bullish. I'll get out some in front to take some profits. That way, if it does come back up and break my stop, I'll still be positive on the overall trade. That's just a little of the way I like to manage it here, just letting you guys know. I'm not sure how and why I didn't look at GameStop today. I know, Sean, you mentioned it here, and it's like the second time in a row there's been a nice little breakout to the upside. A second break, actually, which is a bit annoying. But it's starting to pull back in. However, this is right off of that secondary push. 1250 was the second break up, so this might give you an afternoon type trade if we can hold this level. GameStop has squeezed before, and sometimes the best squeeze trades have happened after lunch. So you don't want to go to sleep altogether. If this one does hold this bottom at 1250 and volume comes back in, maybe it gives you bounce to the upside. That didn't work for me over in SPI. So I hate to say it, guys, but we took a hit on that long trade. Got to show it to you here. It's obviously not going to look like anything crazy, but the upside here, if it had actually sustained this move to me, is a minimum $1, and especially it could have gotten up to that $13 area where I wanted this short off the morning where I did miss. So that could have given you like 150 on a risk of about 40 cents. I'll take that every single day, guys. Brendan. What's up, bud?
A little bit of an update, guys, on this Spartan Energy move today. We had the initial strength, big rip to the upside, but all the way back down. Show you that in a second. But Fisker closing a deal to supplier Magna, who is going to build their SUV. So the Fisker, I can't remember what it's called. I wish Randy was here. He would know right away. But the SUV from Fisker is a much anticipated release from them. So looks like they've kind of firmed up how that is going to be made. Magna, Canadian company, obviously. But yeah, here's Spartan Energy all the way back down and then some. We're negative now on SPAC, guys.
Somebody said, I saw something in chat here, just going to throw it out there. Somebody said something about if we get to 100,000 that I'll actually do a real backflip. Here's the thing. I would want, if it was physically possible that I, at my age, could still do a backflip. Last time I was literally probably in junior high. I would do it. believe me, I get up with there and I do it. Just there's no chance it could happen, so I couldn't even try it. If I break my neck, I can't do the show and I can't trade, and my daughter won't be happy.
Yeah,
so
take some time off. Take some
yeah,
time.
I'm not doing any backflips. It would be a lot of fun. Maybe Robbie can moonwalk, because that is something that someone around here can actually do. I've seen it. Not to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot. I want to go to SPAC for a brief second. Sean, I think you mentioned SPAC here today.
Yeah, Brennan just did, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, my apologies. Of course, you have a lot going on. A couple of things here, both 50 period at 14, also double bottom here on SPAC. If that breaks, I would go southbound on this trade. It's already down 1.7%, but you saw what happened. Spiked the upside off the open. If it can't hold a move like that, sometimes it's going to be a good short for us in the afternoon. But that's got to be below that 14 mark. It's tested below a couple of times, so the actual low is just below that at like 1390. I think that's where it's a better place to put a stop. However, I don't want to just get wicked in on any sort of down wick or maybe a dark pool print. So I'm going to actually allow it to trade below before trying to get into a short and not use a stop order in this particular case.
Mamma mia!
There it is. There's a spicy meatball. Our crack team over there got that fixed, so hopefully that'll be good. Okay, Microsoft, Mr. Softy, can you enter the building right now? We do love Microsoft. It's one of my favorite stocks, although right now my favorite stock by far is, and thank you for mentioning it. Actually, let's see who was listening earlier on. Whatever my favorite stock is, put it in the chat right now. And then if you get it right, we'll do a bunch of shout outs to everybody right there. It's changed from Softy temporarily. So put it in the chat there what my new favorite is. Let's see who's actually paying attention to your boy today. So, okay, there it is, man. Oh, what a great break that was. You had this break on Microsoft. Oh, it doesn't get much better than this. High side fail, backside, go long through 217. Oh, we missed that opportunity. What's up? Look at the chat. The chat is blowing up. Thank you so much, guys. Glad to hear that. Paying attention. We like it, guys. Neo, DraftKings, Neo. I didn't expect this kind of love on the show, but I can't shout out everybody. So I'm just going to put it here right now before we go to Brendan. Alex, Joseph Mendoza, you're big. Dan Rowland, Tate Smith, Michael, Mauricio, Scorpio, me, Sean, everybody else in there. Thank you so much. As it just keeps going, I'm trying to make it smaller to show everybody. But wow. You guys, the love is overwhelming. Brendan, you feeling the love, my friend?
Neo is providing it all day, every day, it seems. NNDM, real quick, guys, 5% move here for Nano Dimensions. Had to move up in the afternoon yesterday, I noticed, on decent volume. Look at the volume in the afternoon. They announced an offering late in the day yesterday. So we're getting back towards these highs from late in the afternoon yesterday on decent volume for Nano Dimensions. Guys.
Oh, sorry, guys. Just going to go back over to this staff trade. Hang on to this one just a little bit here. It's starting to slide back in the money for me. I had some bids to get out at 170 again, which is where I got up the first time. This is a 180 break short. But when it retested the high, failed to break up, I actually canceled those bids and now going to let this run a little bit deeper here. It just feels like the first time I dipped into this short on the way back in, I got it a little bit early. I don't want to do the same thing again here today. So in the off chance that we're actually talking about this stock going all the way back to where it came from, which was actually 80 cents, I want to be exposed to at least a move down to 150, a little bit bigger like we had at that 250 trade short. So just hanging on a little bit deeper than I would have normally on staff. Yeah, probably getting some out for that 10, 15 cent win at this time of day, but it's certainly looking like this could be a hold to the south side all afternoon. We mentioned SPI here. Excuse me. I talked about getting out of this one to the long. I wouldn't look at a breakdown short unless it took out the low of day. But this one is much like staff, where just can't seem to catch a bid. I thought it had. The volume picked up. It tried to go long here. If it holds a higher low, go for it. I won't be taking that trade at lunchtime. I would definitely entertain it if it happens at like 1:30, 2 o'clock going into the afternoon, where I think those trades have been a little bit more profitable. To get back to Fastly, though, this stock is slowly... Oh, that's a horrible pun. Slowly putting me to sleep. Have a short on. It's just a bit of a retracement play. We're holding that 94 high. That's great, but we're not breaking down. Part of that might be due to the market trying to get back through the upside, so got to watch out for that. My stop is right here at that 94. If it breaks, I'm out of it. If it goes through 94.50, I'm going to break into the long through the high of the day. Otherwise, I've given the targets to the downside in front of this 91.50 or 91.25, and then all the way down to 90 at VWAP here if we can get that retracement. Staff continues to slide down. Maybe I will take some off for a 15-cent win. If you don't do that on a $1.80 stock, then you're kind of crazy. And I'm loading up in HBP, not HPP, HBP, as it looks like it's holding 335 as well.
All right, good little call there on some of those stocks. We'll just continue. The only stock I have right now is NEO, and DraftKings there. Still overwhelmed with all the love there on the NEO. Thank you so much for all of that, guys. 46.10 is a good little level there to get out if you guys are interested in DraftKings. I've talked about that over and over and over again. What I was talking about here was Microsoft breaking through, missed opportunity, but why not talk about it anyways? Here it is. It hits VWAP, fails, comes back down. You could reload down here on this move back up and use this as your bottom, which would have been great, but this is the best trade here for sure. There goes DraftKings. Let's go, man. Let's get excited. 46.20. Welcome to the jungle, man. We're going to smile, smile, smile as we go. DraftKings may be my favorite stock too. You can see this one moving upside. But yeah, we've crushed DraftKings yesterday. We're crushing it again today. Short, short, short. That was a mistake, but we got out. Doesn't matter. We booked at 50 cents. Then we go long, long, long. And now we're in another 50-cent winner for you right now on DraftKings. So that was that break. Back to Mr. Softy, though, as you guys can see. That was the trade right there, breaking through that after that failed VWAP. I don't go short there, but you have to wait for it to come back up, and you take that long. Let's see if Apple's following a similar pattern there. No, you see how choppy this is? That's the difference, man. I mean, we do this show for free. We educate you for free every single day. But if I could do a lesson, that's what I would teach. This is not the same look, guys, as what we saw right here. This is a much bigger tell that Microsoft's heading to the north side. So that was a look there. We'll look at Apple. We'll look at AMD. We'll look at them all. But unless I see some setups, guys, we're not going to take it. We may have something brewing right here as well. This could break through. Not as great, though, on that one. Would have loved to test, retest, and back down. AMD actually may be looking short here, 83.40. You could go short off this VWAP, 83.50. What's the market doing? Yeah, blowing up. So I'm going to take a little shot here, AMD short.
I'm going to go with a little more Mortal Kombat action and just a little flawless victory in terms of price action. It's not going to necessarily be on Fastly if it breaks 94, but we'll take that hit as it comes. But a couple of winners here. I'll go over HBP in a second, but canceling the bids on staff. I just want to make sure you guys understand there's nothing wrong with taking a 10-cent win on a $1.80 stock. It was consolidating a little bit. But when you see a failure at your entry price, not testing the stop, and then another rollover, it's just the stock giving you a sign, or at least the buyers giving you a sign that they're running out of steam, and this is going to continue that slide. And so give yourself a win, and then take a bit of a bigger winner when you get something like that in your favor. So my adjustment was to cancel some bids and then put some deeper targets into the downside. So that was a bit of an adjustment that we did on the fly here. I just want to see if this can follow a bit further. Brandon, what's up, bud?
KXIN, Cation Auto Holdings. This actually used to be a SPAC, CM 7-Star Acquisition Corporation. So this is a company that deals in the Chinese used car market. Huge move up yesterday from 40 cents all the way to 220 and then back down again. So we're just starting to pop up here again. You can see if I zoom in, still negative on the day versus what happened yesterday, but volume coming back into the upside here. Not seeing anything in the way of news on this, but KXIN used to be a SPAC, guys, but starting to catch a little bit of a bid.
Everything used to be a SPAC.
Yeah, so we are short AMD there. It does go in the money. We're short 29s. It does go all the way down to 14s for us there real quick. So that would have been a great trade to take that, but we didn't. So we're going to wait for 83.14 again. We'll take out half if we can get that. I mean, we're just right now just adding. All we're doing right now is we're at the highest spot we've been at today. We're just trying to make a little bit of money to add to the pot here. So we're not taking on big risk at all. Look at the futures going upside. I stumbled across AMD because I was trying to feel this 83.52 level. So we're going to average in very, very small, maybe half a risk unit, something like that, into this AMD. Don't want to give anything back because I love AMD. Like, I think that honestly, with the Democrats winning, great for China, great for Chinese names, great for AMD. So hopefully that was that. And I hope you guys took that profit there on DraftKings. For some reason, it just comes all the way back down. So yeah, hopefully you guys had that. 46.20. I can't draw a line and talk any better about DraftKings for you. It went high as 46.20. I told you guys, get some out here, 46.05, and then that would be the ultimate out upside there. And I said I was doing something silly and waiting for VWAP, but that's a big win there. That's 60 cents on some of these positions. So hopefully you guys can take that with you and put that as a winner. We'll take another average here on AMD, maybe low to mid 40s. We'll take that average and then we'll get it out 52 break. But I'm looking for a downside move into the 20s right now. We're short 33. Put a bid 21.22.
Yeah, I just want to, there was a question in the chat, FK, I believe it was, asking what were the pink triangles on our charts. I'm going to assume we should only ever have purple and red, and apologies if we try to make it uniform so that you guys can see. Obviously, a green up arrow is going to be where you bought, but that can be covering a short or it can be buying into a long position. Purple down triangles, down of course going to mean you went short or sold, but purple is going to mean it was a short sell. A red, if I can find, let's see if we can find some red ones for you guys, but Neo will probably, well actually I went short on Neo, but it's going to be purple here off the top of my head. Anything that would be red is going to be selling out of a long position, so there is no pink. If we ever make a mistake and have not uniform colors in our charts, we apologize for that, guys, but that's just so you guys can follow along with our executions. If I wanted to, I could take this off my chart. I don't really need to see where I got in and out. I do know that, but this is for your benefit. So it's a great question. We try to do this for you guys and make sure that you can follow along here. Like I said, it's easy to see me get in short. Like I've had short win, short loss, short win, short loss. 50-50 over here on Neo, but I was looking for a profit taking on this stock. The only way you're ever going to be counter trend and not get blown out is to have some decent stop areas that you can work off of. Otherwise, you're going to get yourself into a little bit of trouble, I should say, probably a lot of trouble. I mentioned I was going to go back over that HBP. I don't want not to dwell on it too much here, but I'm going to be rinsing and repeating over and over again. It's this 335 to 340 area, which has worked for me. When it pops in the money, I'll take some out for 5, 10, 15 cents on the way up. At some point, I'm anticipating either it's just going to stop moving and give you a tight range of consolidation. That hasn't happened yet. It might happen down here, and if it does, I'd be a little bit more bullish on the stock because it's a $4 offer. However, there's always going to be a shot that it takes out 375. The stock is up 40%, and you see a setup like that, and it takes out the high after making a bottom. You're thinking breakout long. Fair enough, I get it, but it's a $4 cash offer. I don't see any way that it breaks that price. It's very, very unlikely, especially with the deal not even approved by the board. So I'm a shorter if it ever breaks that high. I did short it a couple times here at 370, but it never went deep enough to actually make it a big short. Most of the bigger positions have all been longs, which for now have worked out. If it breaks this low, I'm actually going to keep picking some up and down into 315. I think it's a good trade there. To come back over to staff, there's another one that I have on at this time. It continues to slide down. I'm going to start slowing out, slowly taking this one off on the way down to 150. But the deeper it goes into the money, I'll probably start spacing that out a little bit more because it could just slide for the rest of the day and no reason to rush out of this trade. Brennan, what's up, bud?
Back to microcap world. ALJ Regional Holdings here, a little IT business support company just popping up on a volume scanner. You can see big volume spike through day highs there. 120 was a problem. Problem on the daily chart as well. They just updated their current quarter. It was better than expected, but up 24% on that for ALJJ. 40 million market cap on this one, guys. Really small.
All right. Average price now, AMD, 83.35. Thanks for that update there, Mr. Brendan. And look at this, though, guys. DraftKings rate back, so we'll do some backflips. I'm going to tell you guys, get out. Like, this is a 60-cent win right now. You could get out. If you still have DraftKings. I mean, other than that, I can't, tell everybody every time where the best prices are. I don't know, but this is a good little level here. It's bounced off there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So DraftKings, man, take some off if you still have some. I've already taken 80% off, so that's my advice. And my outs, these were my big outs right here, 07s and 08s. And then we took another spot off there, but this is where we got off of 40%, then another 20 down there making 60. That's bad math. That's 60% there, another 20% there, and we leave the next 20. So I've already taken profit off on some of those names, or on this name. You may want to do the same. AMD tries to go through 51 there, doesn't. So yeah, 3 shorts now, and look, we have half a risk unit now on, basically almost the same amount as our DraftKings risk. Here it comes back to the downside. We're short 34 right now on AMD with some bids in the 20s. So if we can get this thing back to the downside, I think we have a decent winner here. And like I keep saying, at this point of the day, it's already 11:30 as I look over. All we're doing is trying to, just trying to top up our account right now and let this money fly through. So that's what we're doing right now. See if we can't get a little bit of a bigger winner, though, on AMD. Bidding now. Let's bid some 26s to take 8 pennies, and then we'll let the rest ride to the downside. What up, Brendan?
Another earnings name, guys. Sleep Number, the mattress maker, out aftermarket yesterday with better than expected numbers, 58 up to about 64 in the aftermarket yesterday. We're right around that area, just trying to break higher. You can see on volume, very strong on the daily chart. This sleep number up 11%, guys.
Fastly just made a run at 95 here. Looks like it turned around basically on a dime at the even dollar. So, call that a sort of a breakout point if it ever gets back there again. I'm not going to round into a short again. I already took it one time. Don't want to throw everything away. We did have a bit of a long off the bottom here. That's going to make up for the losing trade short. But I'll take it if it breaks 25. But this is a retracement here in Fastly. Let's look to see if that 91 quarter, which held previously before, can come into play. So, 92 it bounced that. You may risk $1 in front of it. I'd like to see it test that 92 and then bounce off of it. Sometimes you look at VWAP for bounces. Here, I'm just going to look to where the buyers actually stepped in last time as opposed to a line on my chart. So that's going to be 91.25 on Fastly.
Okay, so AMD, let's go. We put that in the chat right there. A nice little, we actually got a 26 there, a nice little 9-cent win. Thought it had a chance to go, man. It stopped at 20. We're bidding down here in the teens. So let's see if AMD wants to go. And again, this is what I do, man. Telling you guys the risk I'm putting on, the amount of shares, my target prices, and the game plan, right? And so there it is. We're still going to have a target upside now, but we just took out 8 cents on 20% of our trade. Everything is going to be a 20% out, moving the way downside, and trying to work on holding things for a little bit longer. At least I'll have 20% instead of 10. That's kind of the way I look at it. My calls so far in October have been pretty hot fires. So hopefully you guys are having those with us as well. DraftKings, again, we'll pound the table, man. We'll just keep going perfect on this one. We get out. Hopefully I didn't get out, but hopefully you guys did. We called the top there numerous times, man. I'm now going to say forget about it and go back to my roots there and put in a little 46.20 offer and just get out and not take that risk more to the upside. As I said, we're just trying to count that cash right now at this time of day. I don't want to play this futures game and see if we're right versus what we're wrong. Here comes DraftKings back to the upside. Let's just get out. And look, if it rips upside, then you know what? Futures stop. I'm not getting out of DraftKings there, so ignore that last minute talk. I believe in DraftKings. I think we could take this out. I'm not going to go long. Let's just hold it, man. It's still so early. It's 11:30. We have lots of opportunity here, and let's let some of our profits run into that. Fastly though, Neil, I know you're talking about 95. I just want to give people another call. I'm going short through 92.50. Actually, 90. It's right down here. Sorry, 92 and a quarter. If we go the short side, I'm going to take this one short, running out of steam. But Fastly, this was the big position, man. Floss that off. We talked about waiting for 90. We got it, and then look where we're at now, 94. Hopefully, some of you guys held that.
Yeah, you guys. I know you guys absolutely love it. It's a lot of fun here. There's so much to cover, and there's so much moving. So I'll own up to this one. I mentioned GameStop. If it spikes up on volume, gives you a break, take it. But I also said, I know Sean said this, and I've said it a couple times today, don't always want to have a stop order to trigger either out of position or into position. So I'm going to end up missing this one as GameStop does make a test of that high. So it kind of does what you expect, but you might not have the trade. It is what it is, but I'm liking what the action that I've seen today. It's definitely been a fun one. However, and I have a small production screen, so I can see what you guys see most of the time. But what I haven't seen, Valeria, is I haven't seen that moonwalk at 1,500 likes. I don't even understand it. We saw the craziness in the chat. We've seen the moves in Neo. I mean, there's unbelievable action. If we don't get to 2,000 today, I'll go down the line because you can see both of you guys. Sean, Valeria, I'm going to be upset if we don't get to 2,000. I don't see how it's even possible that I don't see the astronaut dance on this Thursday. It's crazy. Where are we at?
Well, Neil, I'm glad you asked. You're absolutely right. 4,000 of viewers and not even 2,000 of likes. Guys, I will do moonwalk for you if you just hit the like button. Please be kind.
A real moonwalk?
No, animation.
I didn't see, I don't know. I didn't see any stipulation the first time. So the first words out of her mouth was she'd do a moonwalk. Let's see if we can't get there. That's just being mean. I won't put you on the spot to do that. But there we are at 1,500. Last time I checked, 1,500 is not 2K. I'm going to go to Brennan in just a bit of a second. Wow. Didn't see this one coming. I was looking for a breakdown on Morgan Stanley at 50-50. I think we talked about it here. If it could have taken out that level, bounces to the upside. So one of the banks is going northbound, and it's Morgan Stanley. Brendan, what's up, bud?
This UAVS having quite the day. If you remember way back when there was chatter about them teaming up with Amazon for drone delivery for Amazon products, but they're also partnering with Valkyrie to manufacture drone delivery stations. So this is going to be where they can land and then take off again. with this company called Valkyrie. So UAVS up 8% on that, just starting to catch a bit of a bid. Out of the corner of my eye here, I just saw this one as well. MDRR just popping back up on volume, back to the upside here. Watch that. Neil was talking about this around 283 from earlier, but just catching a bit as well. MDRR, guys.
And this is why I convinced myself not to get out of DraftKings. And I hope you guys heard that. I did want to talk a little bit. Cameron, you are the super chat king lately, that's for sure. I did see something that you said you wanted to make something. I can't. Oh, here it is right here. Someone make a meme of me and Wolf of Wall Street saying I'm not leaving. So we're going to find that. I've given it to the team. We'll do that for you, Cameron. Big supporter. So we'll figure out how to get that a little creative for you. The team knows what they're doing. So, but look, I'm not leaving, because DraftKings right now, we hit the cowbell, and hells to the we go upside right now. DraftKings making that move. Now a 70-cent winner. I spit in the face of that 50 cents, and then now we go on the upside. Maybe VWAP is the price to take it out. We'll take $1 ho-hum on this trade if we can get it. We'll get it out right now. 46.60. Let's put an order there on DraftKings, guys. We held this one. We traded it. It's been a fantastic name for us. Hopefully we can get out on that one. Everybody wants to see everything here. You can't just request more things for us. Very, very busy. We're trying to get creative here. Let's just keep on going to the high side here with DraftKings. 46.60 is going to be my out, guys.
I was looking at, going to go to MDRR, and Brendan mentioned this here. I was looking at that 285 top, that three even, but it was 287 was also a key price range from before. So I want to make sure you show that daily chart here. If it rolls through that price, it's a breakout long. Everything in front of it for me is going to be a short. I do believe I heard from Brendan. We need to go to him, so let's go to Brendan. No? I'm crazy. Apparently, I'm nuts. I'm hearing things in my ear. It's a sign of old age, man. It is what it is. But I can't take you back to Fastly. Shauna mentioned 92 quarter, I do believe. So a couple of things to watch out here. I was looking at 91 and a quarter. Oddly enough, this double bottom here, ignore these wicks. But 95 looks like it might come first. If it's 95 break, it's long through that price, as you can kind of see. Fastly's been going one way rapidly to the upside.
I want to be big shout out, new member alert. Mark Boucher, thank you so much for becoming a new member. We love our members on the show. There's no doubt about that. And again, thank you so much, Justin. I'm going to look at this for you right now. Where is Neil going? You're asking the right guy. So we'll see here. Let's just wait to see what it's doing here quickly. N to the I to the O right now, Neo. Okay, so this is like the sell spot that I sold it at here. We were long off the open. I tend not to trade Neo moving into the day as we go, because right now you're just playing like a size game. You're fighting algos. You're fighting a whole bunch. You can see how choppy this is. This is not really a great setup for me. I always think that we're always going to be heading back to VWAP, especially when you get big moves. So that would be one call that I'd make right now, back to $28. To try to predict where something's going when it's done 210 million shares, little tough, because we know that there's a lot of turnover in these shares. I would just wait. If you are going short, this is a great spot. Look, bounce, bounce, bounce off here. 28, to be more exact, 27.95. I think if you get a break there, then we go back to this area. Again, back down about $1. I would take about 50 cents if I had that opportunity to make. So that's a good little trade there. Do I think we go back to 29.20 today? Probably not, but again, it's a long-term position. Let me know there, Justin. Thanks for the super chat. If that was okay. If you want a longer time frame, I can do that as well.
Just a new position alert, guys. Just working some orders there as Fastly does break up to that 95 mark. So I'm going to try to avoid the puns here, but this stock is ramping to the upside. If you can't tell, that's been happening. I don't know where you've been. It's another fresh high, but like I said a couple times today, let's keep things in perspective where it did come from. I talked about this 95 when we were at 92, 93, that'd be a potential break to the upside, and I would capitulate and start going long again. But you can look at this like 95 to 100 areas, maybe some chop, and it'll settle down. So I would expect maybe some slower action to the upside as Fastly does continue to push. I want to quickly jump back over to review some positions. It's getting close to 12, and of course, unfortunately, that means we're going to have to be out of here. So I want to go back to HPB, just so you guys know. I'm still, like I said, I'm going to dig into some longs here, and on the way up, I like this all the way to 15s. I like this all the way through 350. If it takes out 350, I probably would have maybe a third left, because I want to be shorting near the top of this range. So it's an expanded range, but I'm still expecting it to trade the range. That's the expectation for me here. If it takes a top off, there's no long break whatsoever. I'm not taking any long breaks at 375. I'm shorting at some point at 4 if that ever does come into fruition. Hasn't happened yet. Staff, we're still rolling into the downside, but it has stalled here at almost $1.50. I'm going to slow down in terms of getting out of it, but at some point I might have to consider trailing this. As how far can it go? It went from 334 and is given literally half of it back. Could be getting greedy, thinking it could go any further than that, guys.
Okay, guys. Yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit everything. Just watching it. Oh, new member. Again, if we're going to shout out members, got to keep doing them. Mark Boucher and Laura Freeman. Thank you so much. I don't want to mispronounce your last name. Leg? I don't know. We'll try that, but we'll say Laura Freeman for now. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And again, I think, Valeria, you posted it was the 26th, I think, is the last Monday of the month. Yep. So all members will be able to join us on a private chat, and we'll be taking questions and basically doing the best that we can for you guys on those questions. And the best that we can is pretty damn good. Okay, Fastly right now, I'm going to readjust my short spot on this name. I do like the stock for sure. I was hoping to build a position in my own account down in the 70s. That didn't happen yet, so we'll wait on that. Okay, yeah, it's still 92.60. I'm just watching it on a 3-minute chart, finding some levels that we like. It's right here, this kind of a break, 92.67. I do like this 92.15 as well. Don't know if it gets down there. I mean, it's just cruising to the upside. 95.40 upside break as well possible. But guys, FYI, DraftKings right now will hit the swish. NBA played a full 365 days this year. They started the same day they ended. So just a little bit of tidbit there for you on DraftKings, on the NBA. Now's a good spot, man. Let's get out right here. This is a 75-cent winner for DraftKings. Let's catapult ourselves. Take the profit ahead of 50. Let me know in the chat if you're still in this. I've been pounding the table with DraftKings, guys.
I just want to go over a name that I believe Brendan brought this one to us, and we talk about this time and time again. Just because something isn't on our watch list, which you guys all get for free, by the way, Brendan comes throughout the day with stocks that are moving, volume spikes, so you can throw them on your board. This is going to be on the radar for me, starting to pick back up again. If you look at the daily trend, it's been on a bit of a run. This could be a chance for a bit of a dip buy. I like it down here at like 56, 57. I'm not saying it gets back down, but you got a first down day, down 6%. If it does dip down in the 57 range, I think this is going to be an interesting one, both ways, for a swing and in terms of a day trade as well. Fastly looks like the breakout's not going to work. I want to give it through 94 just to see, just give it some room. You know, when a stock puts in more than a $10 range, you've got to anticipate, you got to give more room than a dollar. Otherwise, you're going to get wicked out of every single trade that you take. To go back to one other name, I did get out of some, but like I said, I'm going to continue to hold this. Every time this pops up as HBP here, 5 to 10 cents, I'll take profit. I'll load back in. I'm going to grind this one down until I finally get the pop that I am looking for, or it breaks my back. If it ever shows me 305 like we had in the pre-market, I'll be a happy camper. I'm thinking that's very, very unlikely, but that's a screaming buy for me on this name.
Tesla, guys, was like, we're right at VWAP. Okay, 450. Thanks for the call out there. Ali, again, I just keep showing you guys because we love our community on here. Ali, what's up with Tesla? We'll look at that as well. Not a member. You're lucky I'm looking this up for you. Okay, Laura, do we get another member there? Sola, I must have missed you before. Thank you so much for joining. Look, ask for members. They shall come. Thank you so much to everybody. You know, the trader family just continues to grow. And if you did want to get a hold of Neil, myself, or Brendan, follow us at, if you could drop those links there on Twitter, Valeria. I know a lot of people trying to ask questions. I do have some questions in my inbox. We'll answer them after. But important thing, the last Monday of every month is a chat, and I think that's what's spurning a lot of you traders to come back over to us. Okay, Tesla right now, we broke it already. Man, this would have been good if we can break this down just a little bit for you. Actually, let's go to a 3-minute chart. I don't really like 1-minute charts right now, just at this time of day. Yeah, it's the same VWAP. It's 40.50 right there, so we missed that trade, but What is that bottom? 447. If we can get into this area right here again, let's put a bid and see if Tesla wants to keep going to the upside. Be very, very careful taking out this top. Tesla just hasn't had a huge range lately, not like we're used to. Man, Apple going to the moon as well. I'm still mad that we missed that Mr. Softy trade. Got to get back on that train, guys. What up, Beep?
One from the Cloud Group, guys. We've been mentioning the Cloud Group, obviously, with Fastly to the downside today. This one actually held up a little bit better. So Akamai back to 109 once again, or back above 109. Bit of a volume spike on that last test, but only 3.5%. If you look at the rest of the group, definitely more than that. So if you're looking for strength in the cloud names, Net as well, and this one, ACAM, guys.
If you're looking for strength today, you might not want to check out United Airlines, but I feel like, look, we talked about this before. Of course, they had not a good look for earnings, and if there's a reason for, and it's not an excuse, it's a reason for not having a break at 35, which I know sometimes things seem obvious. Negative report, no stimulus yet, sort of a tight range, and then a bottom break at the open. It was the sheer lack of volume on UAL, and I probably, you can rewind the tape, you would have heard me say, I'd like to see this pick up, do some volume off the open, and then use that range to maybe engage in a trade. You miss out because it just goes right away. It's trying to get a bit of a bottom with the market sort of failing to blow us away back to the upside here. We're still in negative territory and still no advancements in terms of any deal talk.
Holy crap.
You got to watch out for UAL possibly breaking down below that 34 again, and just to continue to play that weakness. I think that's what the break I'd be looking for, at least in the afternoon. I don't know if I love it at lunch, which we're getting very close to here, just 15 minutes away. But if you catch a break later on in the afternoon when the market might pick up in terms of volatility, I think that's going to be a good one. Hunting for some sell side trades as the market is starting to get back possibly to the northbound anyways.
Like you might have heard me say holy something there, because I didn't realize, someone said yesterday, being a prophet, being Moses, we don't want to talk too much religion here, but when you asked me about where NEO was going, like it was up here, man, 28.70, and I said southbound and we could test this 28. Okay, so it just tanked there 60 cents down. So if you guys were short on any of those breaks, man, good trade. Now we're going to the south side. I just did take 11s short. We're going to see if it can break through here. 11, I mean, this is already right now 6, 7, 8 pennies. It's not big, obviously, but watch out. It's coming up to view up. Let's get out a little bit ahead of 28 if we're lucky enough to do that, and then hold the rest. But yeah, here comes a breaking spot for us on NIO. Again, not a big position here. Did not expect that to happen that fast. But NIO, if you are in this name, good look there. It does get, I called 28. You know where it went to, guys? 28.04. So there you go. Not a bad little call there for NIO, bouncing off that 29 short. So it breaks a little bit through 29, goes up as high as 25s or so. But we don't have losers on NIO today, so there's no way in hell we're going to give this one back. So 28.33, just this top. Let's call it 40. We'll get out of that one, but we're waiting for a little bit of a break. This will be a 30-cent hit if we take it. But again, not heavy shares on this one. It didn't break view up. If it had broke, come back and tested view up again, that would be an excellent short spot. I've told you about our plays again. And before I go over, I know I'm speaking a lot right now. Thank you so much again, Justin. Oh, there it is. There's the love. So there's the call. Thank you so much, Justin. We'll floss it off. Glad that you give that another super chat for that call. You're welcome, my friend. I'm going to keep doing this for you guys every single day. Love the super chats. I don't care. The price is irrelevant to me. Thank you for the $5 times 2. Let's make it 10. There's another one, man. You guys are loving this talk. Magic Man Ming. Thank you so much for joining up. And Josh Sargent as well. So I'm getting good use of, learning people's last names here. So hopefully I'm pronouncing it okay, guys. Welcome. Hello from Argentina. Fine. Hello. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, hold on. I say hello to Argentina, to all my friends down there, but I say hello from the great country of Canada. What's up to everyone Canadian? What's up to all our friends around the world? Hope you're enjoying the show. The bangers keep coming. There we go. Free content. Chris Schrum there. Thank you so much. Let's go, Neil.
Yeah, there's not a ton moving at this time of day, but GameStop is certainly one of them. We talked about this ramping to the upside. Of course, look, I mentioned liking the long, and it doesn't, it didn't meet my conditions. I wanted to have not a hard stop, but basically get in manually. That means I had to have level up when it happened. I was looking somewhere else, but it takes the top off here. Just to reiterate here, and we talked about this every single time it's come up since this level at $15, just off of this high. There was a hard, sharp turnaround when it went parabolic the first time. So if you're looking at a breakout here, I don't love breaks at this time of day. I prefer them at like 132, maybe in the afternoon. But I'm looking back up at this 15 level. That's where I'd be looking for a short if this is another move up. Usually the first squeeze is the biggest one on GameStop, so that was on the direct news. The idea that it would go further the second time is less likely from my experience. That's why I'd be looking to short it in front of that turn, which is actually shy of 15. It was actually 14.85. So if it gets up near there, I think that's where I'd be looking to jump into it. Not now, not at 14 even, but it's got to be off of that 14.85 area to jump into that short trade. I'm not really looking for any longs. I think the one that I liked came and went. And I missed it, like I said, a couple of times here. It's going to happen to you. It is what it is. And we talk about the reasons why you might want to have, sort of not a hard stop. So you don't want to get wicked in or you don't want to get a bad trigger. I was trying to avoid that. Doesn't work out this time, but you can't protect yourself from risk without limiting or at least restricting some of your upside. There's no way around it. Those two things are married together, as you can see. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Speaking of time of day, this one just popping up on the volume scanner here, Smith Micro Software. We'll go back to small cap world here. SMSI, it looks like they're heading towards earnings. Just broke $4 there on a nice move through to $4. Recent resistance there on the daily chart, about 9% ahead of earnings, guys, for SMSI.
Okay, I do see some talk there about Fastly. I believe, yeah, Neil, you probably, I think
I've already stopped. It got to 24. Now I'm looking for the short. But
okay, so
I had a different level than you, but I was looking at 91.25 before I would short it again. I see that level here, like at 92 that you were mentioning as well.
Yeah, that's right.
But I'm going to wait until we get that 91 quarter, a little closer to view up. But view up doesn't matter. It's really that sort of double bottom that it put it on a pullback.
What is that? 92.71. Yeah, I just got to make sure I have the order out for that. I do not, so I got to get that out. Okay, before I forget, I've been shouting out all the members. And again, I think we've gotten a bunch recently. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Okay, AV8 King Max, thank you so much. And Doc Trader, thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I'm going to go scroll up to see if I find anybody else. Chris, no, we did not. Okay, you've already been there. So thank you again for that. Everyone will get the link to our chat, right, once that's ready to go. That's October 26th. I believe. Whatever the last Monday is, we can talk about that. Okay, Fastly, Neil, good level. 92.73 is where I'm going to be short on that one. FLSY, and the reason why we can keep talking about it, but come on. It's right here, breaking this little level. 73 is right. I mean, 73 is exact, but it doesn't matter. Breaking through 75. That's basically the key thing for me here on Fastly. Break through 75, and then when and if that ever does happen, we'll give it about $1 worth of room back to 94 and change, which is right up here. So it definitely structures out well. Let's see if Fastly gives up the ghost a little bit. Still down 25%, probably not enough. Needs to actually be down more. Let's go short Fastly, 92.75 if it does come through.
Yeah, just only 10 minutes left here, guys. So it's starting to, you want to think about, what am I going to consider putting on in the afternoon? Not necessarily over trading here. I'll still be active in that HBP as long as it wants to do volume and keep the range that's made me all my money this morning. But I was looking at MDRR. Brennan brought this to our attention. It had a nice volume spike up. We talked about it earlier off of 280, 285, 287, whichever one you want to call it. It's only a couple of pennies. Today's high, but also looking at where it stalled out previously. You're seeing it hold here a lower high at 270. The only thing that's going to keep me away from this is you guys can probably see the lack of volume at this time of day, which can be a good sign for a breakdown. Just means you can't lever up necessarily in the trade. So if it breaks back below like 255 at the short off of 270, if it goes up to 285 and does not break at the short off that level, it's a breakout if it ever takes out that high. 86 is the current high, but 87 is the level we looked at off of the pre-market action, guys. So that's what I'm watching. MDRR is going to be in play. If Fastly does come crashing down, it's a couple of dollars away from my entry point. That's when I would look to go short that name. Staff, I have a little bit, but it's like a baby position left. And just never wanted to make the same mistake we made earlier. If you're short off of this break and you're looking for reloads, not to have taken this one off. And I told you the reasons why I tightened my stop up, and my original stop would have held. Here, it is what it is. It's going to be a bad call on my part. I did jump back into the short, so it is working out once again. But when I review this, you can't just say, positive on the stock. Let's move on. Why did I like this short here, and why did I move my stop tighter, get out when the trend had not been broken? Something you have to go over, whether you're up or down on the stock. Try to make every single decision that you made on that trade. When to get in, when to take profit, when to get back in, and then evaluate them independently, regardless of the result overall in the stock, because every decision is important, and that was a bad one in the middle of what was a good trade.
Yeah, and again, that's the thing that I think that we do the best. Well, we do lots of things really good, but we do talk about our winners and our losers. So I definitely think that that's something that you guys all need to do and analyze your winners and losers the same way both times. And that way you'll know when you're hot fire. Look, hot fire is this membership sign up right now. Sometimes I do things that don't work, but here we go. We requested members, and you guys love it. Jason Hundle, thank you so much for becoming a member. We've already done you. And then there's Nathan. Thank you so much. Loving it. Chat, Fear. How can I get super chat? You've already done that. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much. I support Cameron's Wolf GIF idea. So we'll get that done. The team will do that. Thank you for all the new memberships coming through today. It's been absolutely fantastic. We know you love them, and we love you guys. We can't be doing this without the community. Keep supporting us on YouTube, but how you can do that is hit the like and hit the subscribe. If we get to 2,000 likes, we feel like we get shown more on YouTube, and then therefore we can show more people what we're doing. We do have our educational channel up as well. Oh, why don't we do that? I don't think we've done that much today. Coming up after the show, and maybe right now actually, Valeria releasing top habits. Oh, we've done this. I've seen Neil give this evil stare at us before. Top 5 habits of successful traders. Very important. Find out what we do for habits, what you do for habits, and maybe you can find out a little bit there. Travis, what? Everyone wants shout outs today? Travis, my friend, Carol, come out, join us. Trader TV Live, thank you for the membership right there as well. Okay, 94 is my out. You'll see me into Fastly. Look, what a surprise. Bouncing off my levels 3 times. Fastly's going to go in a short right now. Our out's going to be 94. There it is. There's that little tick down. Whenever you see purple down ticks means we took the short. 94 is my out. Let's see if Fastly can't give us a winner. What up, Beep?
Another one from the EV group just popping back up here. Solo, guys, one that hasn't been terribly strong today, even with a number of them moving obviously higher. Solo here about to break 290 to the downside, failed there at 3 on that last retest. Yeah, it was down more than 10%. So SSR for Solo on the day, guys. We absolutely love and thank you so much for the support on the memberships. Yeah, the last Monday of every single month in the afternoon, we'll sit down for about 90 minutes and answer as many questions as we possibly can in that time frame. So join us for members, guys, that Q&A that's coming up. We're also very, very close to 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, take a second, hit subscribe. If you like what you see and you're enjoying the show again today, hit subscribe, guys. We're trying to get to that 100,000 subscriber mark, guys.
Yeah, and that'll be a fantastic one. We promise you, we haven't necessarily settled on what it's going to be, but we are going to do something special for you guys. And we had some fun when we got to 50,000. Obviously, if you know math, 100,000 is twice as nice. But I think it'll be even better than that. So we'll have a lot of fun with it, and we appreciate all the support that you guys have given us. Obviously, we're going to be here. We're doing our trades. We're doing what we love every single day. So there's a fun aspect to it, but we also do enjoy the community that we've been able to foster here, and it doesn't happen without you. That's why we try to bring you this every single day. I do want to quickly just jump back, and I'm just going to review that HBP. If you're following along in this trade, there were some home runs early, but I'm trying to say this over and over again. They're going to turn into singles and doubles. That's just the way that you have to start trading this thing. You can't, if you missed out at like $3 this morning, it happens, whatever. There was some opportunities for some bigger wins here from 3 to 370, 305 to 370, 320 to 370. But now you're probably talking about 5, 10, 15 cent wins. So if you're not in for that type of a game, maybe it's not for you. If it tests back up at 375, I think it's a good short into $4. But outside of that, the home runs are probably done with this name, and it might not even be in play for the rest of the week. You can check back in tomorrow. I don't anticipate crazy action, guys, but certainly it'll be on my watch the rest of the time here. And I'm getting excited. Why? Because someone made a suggestion, and you might hear us talk about this, and I'm not complaining about any free lunches we get, but we get a lot of fish and we get a lot of salmon. Today, the suggestion came from a floor manager, let's get some shawarma. So I feel like we've knocked this one out of the park, and if you are a Marvel fan, after the Avengers save the world, they ate shawarma. So after we conquer the markets, I'm down for shawarma. I don't know what you guys are feeling, but Greg, I'm in if you want to order shawarma today. A good way to top off the day, at least in my opinion. But if I'm alone, it is what it is, guys. I enjoy a good shawarma.
Yeah, everyone enjoys a good shawarma as well. I did want to just quickly before, actually, let's throw to Brendan, then I'll give shout outs to the members, guys. What's up?
Yeah, a couple of minutes to go, guys, before we wrap things up for the morning. So we got to look at what's coming up both after market and before the open tomorrow as far as earnings are concerned. As we mentioned, we're kind of getting into the thick of things as far as earnings, although tomorrow, yeah, go ahead, guys, throw that up. Tomorrow, not a heck of a lot to look at here. Couple from the financial group once again. Schlumberger, maybe Rio Tinto, possibly a trade there, guys.
Not possibly. There should be a few trades. The oil business and industry here going crazy. You guys all know that, of course. If you're watching the show, man, I mean, it's been. Was that shawarmas there? I saw the day. I saw the kind of day it was. Okay. Again, a big shout out. Okay, so I did want to clear this up here. It says who receives the super chat rewards. It's the whole team. So thank you so much for that super chat. I did miss that. So that's what it is. So it goes. Thank you so much. It does go back to the team. So that's a big one, and we just thank you for all that. Travis, thank you as well. Perrin Willis, thank you so much. I feel like we just got 20 members. I mean, our membership. Maybe we can find it out. I think we're approaching 1,000 members as well, so that's big for us. At $5 a month, no better steal. Brian S., thank you so much. And APM taxes, make sure you pay those taxes. You don't need the tax man coming after some of your capital gains. Make sure you do pay for that. Okay, next one, Fastly, ho-hum, 94, waiting for that to break. We're still short Fastly right here. It'll probably be in this until the show ends, but we're looking for Fastly down here, 91 and change, back down to VWAP. We're short Fastly. Let's see what it does the rest of the afternoon. That's going to be my only play on. And it's a decent position. It's a decent position. So we're going to give that one some room. Hit the Superman. Whenever we're ready for whatever kind of day it is, let's throw it over to Valeria. Are we ready, guys? Go.
Thank you, Sean. And hey, guys, thank you for another amazing day together. Welcome all the new members and new subscribers, guys. Your support is main motivation for us. And guys, if you haven't liked this video yet, please smash the like button right now. We're less than 100 likes away from astronaut dance. Yes. And if you have heart and if you like shawarma, like the video right now. Happy shawarma day, everyone.
Not know with shawarma day. I promise you, I'm not making this one up. We have like a group chat that we have for the production, and we have our floor manager, and he's on it. And he said it's salmon today, and do you want to order shawarma? So I'm like, wow, I like shawarma. That's tasty. Let's get it done. And it's National Shawarma Day, so let's celebrate it. By both getting to 2,000 likes, and I'll try to ramble at least a little bit here to see if we can get there. I'd love to see the graphic pop up, but you know what time it is. Following some names today to watch, certainly watch the energy space going with some earnings tomorrow, as you mentioned there, Sean. But got to do it, hate to do it. We have a lot of fun, but we have to go down the line here. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, my man, Sean Katina. I actually like that shirt. I like the plaid. It's a good look. Brendan as well, doing a fantastic job, as always, bringing you some live names. I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Did we get 2,000?
There's 2,000. Let's go.
This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We get there? I think we got there.
We did.
Thanks, guys.
Hit that again. Hit the astronaut again.